I mean, if you're a really busy
still,
Undertaker, I mean...
It's still just a date.
So
it's just the venue is awful.
All right, so I was because we're at a very we're live now, and I was immediately just going to jump into. Well, I had one of them break the other day, so it's not surprising the light would burn out. But I was going to jump just like immediately. Oh my god!
Whoa!
Are they talking about
playing Final Fantasy 12 again?
I love it. It's so good. I'm going to wait for the PC release of the new thing. Leviathan with the resub. Thank you so much, Leviathan. Yes. Anyway, I was going to jump directly into our events in progress, except that Bill has decided to combine the concepts of a date and a funeral for some reason.
Like,
he keeps saying the word as though it's a thing, but that's not a thing is the thing.
I think he's trying to make it a
It's just a concept that he's invented just now for the purposes of entertainment.
Okay.
I really need you to talk through a little bit of where this concept came from.
Maybe it's a funerate.
That's worse.
No.
Don't go into advertising.
004 with more interruptions. Thank you, 004.
Hey. I don't think we should go into that. Instead, I'll ask you a question now that we're live.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
How does the sun cut his hair?
How does the sun cut his hair? Does he
clips
clips it?
Yeah!
Get out. Polo, make him leave.
I'm finding that bar. I keep going lower, but I'm just not hitting it.
No!
I keep digging.
You're definitely not going to hit it if you're combining a date and a funeral.
Polo, get rid of it.
Yeah,
Do your job, Polo.
I mean, he's been trying to eat a hamburger for a while. 004 asks, can I unsubscribe now? And the answer is yes.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, your work is done here.
We'll refund yours.
We're so sorry for what we are.
Gosh almighty. We return to the scene in progress. Zor, you accepted the seedling of the Tree of Life. Not seedling, just seed. Yeah, it hasn't sprouted or anything like that. Yeah.
What?
Wyvern Slayer just subscribed with a $4.99 sub. Thank you so much, Wyvern Slayer. Thank you. If you're not already following Wyvern Slayer, what the heck are you even doing? Check out his good times. Man, what a sales pitch.
Yeah. Killing it.
You have been tromping down through the hidden path away from Kern, and you arrive at the... we never... Back when we had a adventuring party for our Dungeons & Dragons game, we never solicited a name for your spaceship. That's something we'll have to look forward to if we ever come together as friends. But you arrive at the
Metal Bird. That's what we're calling it.
The Metal Bird that's...
Metal Gear.
Metal Gear. Casimir and little buddy are sort of waiting outside of the open cockpit and wave as they see you emerge from the jungle.
Also waving, start the ship! Start the ship!
What?
Start the... I just run. I just get closer.
Sure, what did you say?
It's a shame you don't have telepathy or anything.
Actually, that's off. That's off already.
Zor!
You! No, mine's 30 feet.
Oh, okay.
Mine's 30 feet.
You can yell.
Yeah, if I can yell, I can also tell that people like. Anyway, I'll keep running and be like, start the ship! Start the ship!
You arrive at little buddy and Casimir. Hello!
Or, I guess it's not a ship. I guess we don't know. Metal Bird.
A ship is fine.
A
It's
ship
fine.
travels through a medium.
You have tacit permission to just acknowledge that it's a spaceship when describing it.
Prep the Metal Bird for takeoff. We need to go immediately.
Where's everyone else?
They're dealing with Lord Humanu.
Oh. Did you get his autograph?
It was a little busy for that. I cast a cloud of fog on him and then left.
How did that work out?
He ignored it.
I'm going to turn on the ship.
That's a good idea.
They make their way into the cockpit, and little buddy seems agitated given Cassia's absence.
We're gonna try and wait for Cassia. She should be on her way, I believe, but Antoria's gone back on his own. We are to leave as soon as Cassia gets here.
No, he doesn't. He's my familiar.
Time passes.
Glad that I've killed
5,
familiars now.
10.
You're going for an achievement, aren't you?
10 minutes pass. Then 15 minutes pass.
I'm doing the Sonic tap my foot animation.
You begin to drown. Oh man, play Sonic Mania. It's so good. It's real good.
It is so good.
It's real good.
And hard.
It's very difficult because Sonic games are notoriously unfair.
Yeah.
Look, surprise, there were spikes there. Why did you jump?
Yeah, you run full tilt through this hallway. Oh, the hallway ended abruptly in spikes, idiot. Why do you use our primary game mechanic?
It's fun. I like it.
Gotta go fast. Alright.
Do you, though? It turns out you don't.
Yeah,
You don't gotta. There's absolutely no requirement that you do that whatsoever. Cassia, you still ethereal emerge from the forest, flitting through the air away from the scene of destruction, doing some sweet spirals through the air, mostly just in an effort to get out, just to bug out. You see the ship up ahead, activated but still landed.
Good. Can I run faster than I can float?
No, you can.
Don't you move half speed in it?
Only when you're going up, down.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I think
Yeah.
I'm just moving at normal speed, so I'll just.
So you can double move. You can just sprint through the air as fast as you can.
I am doing exactly that.
Okay. It takes a little while getting there, Zora. I think you've maybe been waiting for like 20 minutes or so. But sure enough, Cassia, you make it to the cockpit.
I pop out. I pop into reality in the cockpit. Little buddy, I made it back. Little buddy takes off. Good job, little buddy. That's exactly what we wanted here.
I hope you're still in ethereal form and the ship just takes off.
No.
No, I mean, we wouldn't have.
Yeah, I know.
You can't see me if I'm ethereal.
Right,
It's
right.
wonderful. It's my favorite thing in the world.
So,
Hello!
Hey, Casimir.
Did you meet Hamanu?
Yeah, he tried to kill me.
Oh.
Oh, please.
Did you get his autograph?
I didn't ask.
Where's
Toria and Kate are gonna sort it out with Hamano. We should probably go.
where are we going?
That's a good question.
Not here. Let's head back towards. Gil's probably still near Theramascu.
Do either of us know about, why am I forgetting his name now? Our
Dojak?
bug friend,
Sounds like
Dojak.
no.
Dojak. I don't think we do.
Antoria
I think
had other things on
we've
his
heard
mind,
about a friend or another contact.
but not that he recently contacted Antoria
Right.
and asked for help.
No, let's go to the hot springs town to the north.
Cassia.
Which one?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. The lizard town.
Oh no.
Your vision begins to swim.
Oh no.
You feel as though, man, this is really just taking a whole lot out of you. Maybe there's like just a quick moment for like just a quick like sit down, or like there's a lot more than sleep going on here.
Oh no.
You feel yourself beginning to give out.
I stumble and fall. And...
I guess Zord try and catch you or something instead of just like you slam your head on the metal floor.
No, Cassie's already pretty close
Catch
to
him
the
or
ground.
something.
So
Casimir's like, no.
no, don't fall. Cassie's already so close to the ground, I don't think anyone can catch her.
Oh,
Not much
mercy.
distance to travel.
Yes, it's true. It's a racial penalty. Your vision goes dark, and you see another vision, much like the one that you saw out in the barrier wastes.
Oh no.
But in this one, you're actually like present. Like the previous one was sort of like just from your, just sort of like as if you're on a roller coaster ride.
On
or something like
rails.
this. In this one, you're actually like present and lucid, and you can tell that you are in some sort of a space that is. Subterranean. You're in sort of a space that is...
Cavernous?
It is. It's got some very large rock kind of outcroppings and crags and stuff. And weirdly, it seems to be at the shore of some tremendous lake. There is some massive, massive expanse of water out in front of you. And there is a group of halflings here that are standing by the shore, and they appear to be dressed in the fashion of the halflings that you saw in the Pyrenean monuments. They're conducting some form of ritual.
Am I awake, lucid, and present, like I'm watching a thing and I can move around in it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Or do I feel like I'm in that world and could interact with the people?
You feel like you're present. Each of these people feels as real as you or anyone else.
I walk over to them.
Okay. They don't seem to take much notice of you.
Okay.
But you get a good look at the central figure, and he looks like a much younger version of the halfling you saw in your previous vision, the one that was sort of embedded in the coral kind of structure. This one, he's a lot less emaciated and world-weary, and notably, he's wearing the crown of the Dust Kraken.
Are they performing an active ritual, or are they...
They appear to be performing some form of communion, yes.
I'm gonna sort of go to one of the ones in the back. What's going on?
Doesn't
No response.
No.
Okay. Try and poke?
It passes straight through.
Okay. Just defining the rules of my world.
No, absolutely.
But
I'll
I'll walk over to the guy with the Dust Kraken crown.
Sure.
And I'm gonna try and pay as much attention as I can to what's going on.
Mm-hmm. He's speaking, some sort of ancient version of the Rilisti tongue. Doesn't seem to be paying much attention to anything else beyond whatever this sacrament is that he's participating in. But as you try and get a look at his face, you can see over his shoulder back where you spawned in. There's another figure. There is a figure of a halfling that looks more like the individual that you saw in the first place, just not embedded in coral. It's the same man, much older, simply standing there and watching.
Go over to him. Hello.
Glad you survived your encounter. Gil is treacherous, particularly where our kind is concerned. This was my great mistake. I didn't doom the world deliberately, but I started us on this path. The crown allows one to bridge the gap between mortal and demon, to understand their mind, to pull them into our reality. One may study for an extensive period and conduct such things on their own, but the crown is a shortcut, something that allows anyone with the will to do so to pierce the veil. Last time this creature arrived here, and other visitors have come here before, but Olathra's entrance is so traumatic. I believe it may be the one thing that would allow someone to leave. Do you understand, Cassia?
Not exactly.
Just repeats it all.
No. What do you mean? Leave.
Our world is a prison, a sponge that absorbs the detritus of the universe. The trauma of such a great being awakening might allow it to pour some of that hatred back out into the world beyond, into the world your friend Casimir comes from, into the world of the Tarrasque. You'd be opening a door that never opens. Give me just a wisdom saving throw.
Not my strong suit.
I know.
Well,
I mean, I didn't deliberately pick it because it's not your strong suit.
I don't think you're embracing the money.
No, never
Probably
again. 17.
17. The world around you sort of shudders a little bit. There's like a little bit of like almost like static distortion as like the images around you sort of flicker a little bit as though reality seems to be collapsing around you. The other halfling's concerned but leans in close. Listen. Whoever's conducting this madness, they're trying to open the door. They're trying to get out. You have to... And then everything goes black. Zor, what are you up to?
I'm probably using all of my medical knowledge to try and resuscitate.
Packing the blood back into her head.
Yeah, I'm scooping it back in. No.
Just like using as many claws as possible to plug the holes.
The
Like,
little Dutch boy.
Scraping on the metal a bit.
give me a perception check.
Okay.
I'm so sad that wasn't a 1.
21.
21. You catch a weird glimpse out the front window of the spaceship. It's almost as if there was an eclipse. Topical. If you're watching this in the future, it's because we just had an eclipse here in August of 2017. You are...
Which moon?
You have the... That's just it. There isn't an eclipse.
Ah.
But the light still changes in this weird way. You get this sensation that there is like a difference in the light that is coming in, as though there are shadows creeping in, like around, almost like a vignette around the front windshield of the thing.
Like light reflects a little bit differently for a little
Kind of, yeah. Only it's like it's getting gloomier in here, but it's still like the middle of the day, and there's, of course, not a cloud in the sky.
Is it still getting, like, it's staying? It's not...
Oh, absolutely. It's like creeping in. Like, and now that you've noticed it, it's actually like, it's like all the lights are being dimmed, although all the lights around you from like the consoles and such are still on.
You should get us out of here, Kashmir. You should fly us, just go north for now. Anywhere but here.
Aye, aye, Captain. Little buddy, north! There is a low kind of noise, sort of a growl, from the cabinets behind you. Just sort of... And from out of the shadow steps this massive sort of symbiote-looking kind of shadow beast, which Zor does not recognize.
Yeah.
Does it give me cool shadow armor?
It doesn't. No, it's not that kind of thing.
Okay, it's not that kind of symbiote.
It's not the trash.
No. It is like that kind of black,
Gotcha.
inky kind of creature. And so is the one that steps out of the hallway across from you, and the one that steps strangely like out from underneath the seat where Casimir is sitting.
Who goes there? What do you want?
And from out behind the creature furthest to the back steps a lithe young man with pale skin, with black robes, and a sparkly demeanor.
A gill-like demeanor? Or...
No, this is
Okay.
He's like a young half-elf.
Okay.
Dressed in the
Half-elf,
robes of the Far
gotcha.
Heralds. Hey.
What do you want?
I mean... Hang on.
Zor hangs on.
Yeah. I need, you have like a black obsidian orb kind of thing. I think there's a couple of them.
Why do you want an orb if I were to have it?
I mean, that's... I was told to get... Look. This is, I'm Zerk, and this is a shakedown.
Yeah.
Just, you know, come on. Come on. Come on. Zor, you got it back there?
Yeah.
You good?
Zora's gonna cast a spell.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, go for it.
Sit me. Are you going to sit? Are you going to like banish me as all unconscious people are banished?
No.
I was so disappointed you didn't immediately banish me. That was my expectation, given past experiences in this party.
What's the first thing we try?
It was second.
It was like,
It's usually the second.
Yeah.
The first thing we
Wake
try
up!
is scooping up all the blood.
Yeah. Zora's gonna cast Spirit Guardian on himself.
Okay.
So a whirling cloud of water spirits appear around Zor, and I guess that's my action then.
Okay.
I'm sure the others are gonna probably do something in return.
Yeah, absolutely. Each of the shadow beasts, I think, is going to lunge for you.
Okay. Let me double check when this hits real quick.
Yeah.
I haven't used it in quite a while.
Polo. Polo hasn't eaten a hamburger in quite a while. Sounds good.
Poor Polo.
Well, I guess at a higher level, so I'll probably do that too, actually. Do fifth.
What does it do?
When you cast a spell, you can designate any number of creatures you can see to be unaffected by it. The spirits appear around me to protect me. They float around me in a distance up to 15 feet for the duration.
Okay.
When a creature enters the area for the first time or is on a turn, it starts its turn there. It must make a Wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, the creature takes 38 radiant damage. In this case, it'll be 5d8 radiant damage.
Okay.
So DC 18 Wisdom save.
Okay. I think there was one of these things, like, easily within that when
Okay.
it started. That one is going to fail. And then the other two both succeed.
Use one more d8. I'll just roll
Not bad.
Oh, jeez.
7. 30 radiant damage to that one.
Okay. The others take half?
And the others take half of that. Then,
Okay. Okay. These things are going to each claw at you twice. What's your AC?
My AC is 22.
Okay. First one misses. Second one hits once.
I can also parry, so
Okay.
I think I have to decide when it hits.
Okay, well, the second one is going to hit you with 1.
Okay, would it hit with a 27?
No.
Then I'll parry that one then.
Wait, would it hit with a 27?
So
Would it hit
defensive duelist-
27? I think
Would it,
it's...
Oh,
would
okay,
it
excuse me.
hit 27?
No, it would not.
Okay, then I'll parry that one.
Okay.
Man, someone likes parrying.
Yeah, love it.
Wyvern Slayer donated $5. Thank you, Wyvern Slayer. Oh, there's probably a really good joke hidden on the other side of this. We'll get to that. No, I'm sure it's great.
I believe you.
I believe in Wyvern Slayer. Just hang on. Just hang on.
I'm losing it. I'm losing the signal. Lost my connection.
Oh, Wyvern Slayer donated $5. I'll have a fry, a Coke, and a cheeseburger. Was that a reference?
No, he's
Where could-
I mentioned something about Polo not having had a hamburger.
But where would you be able to get all three of those things for $5?
It's a reference.
What is it from?
I can't remember, but I know I've heard the order of it.
He
is
does.
Yeah,
weird.
it sounds like a
Fry, Coke,
reference.
and- was that from Pleasantville? No,
Um,
that wasn't Pleasantville's.
Wyvern Slayer, explain yourself.
Yes.
I thought he was typing into favor.
Alright, well, someone who's not in this scene, get on it. Okay, so you bat that thing's claw away.
Yeah.
Okay. The third one not hits and then crits with a second one.
Naturally.
Yeah. Yeah, literally.
Literally.
Yeah. Okay. Do you want these split up at all?
I take damage the same.
Okay.
Because I don't have another reaction anyway.
Cool. You take 45 points of damage.
Sweet. Good lord.
And give me a dex save.
Let's go with this die. 17.
17. You're knocked prone. And the one that battered you lays a massive paw on your back.
Awesome.
The pale figure walks over to Cassia's prone form and is like, okay, so I'm just going to... where's the orb that you're carrying, by the way?
It's going to be in the bag of, not the bag of holding for the magic objects, but the handy haversack, which is the secondary bag of holding.
Oh, spectacular.
So, side note, he's got a chance of some problems reaching an extra dimensional space if he reaches into the bag of holding, because that's the Spear of Dragoth.
Yeah, that's
And
fair.
That would be real bad.
It would be. I'm calling this out because it's really bad.
That would not help us in the slightest,
No.
actually.
I mean, it would help you because then.
Well,
these are
here's the thing. He seems to be canny to some degree of like magical stuff. And so he's like, okay, so that's extra dimensional, and oh, that one's extra dimensional. Well, I'll just grabs both bags and just sort of
tosses them over.
just Zor, what are you gonna do? Squeaky Lobo donated $10. Hoth say, oos say, FOXHOUND say, the sun dies yesterday, and it was SOS scary, but Snow the Stream is here, and Psy Mesa happy because your strees my bricks joys.
Is it bad that I'm starting to understand some of Squeaky's?
It is. It's bad.
Squeak speak.
And used to use's life. Tell Polo I said hello in Cockney. No.
Polo's asleep.
Hello in Cockney. Hello.
Hello, Polo. Zor, what are you doing?
He's a hired Polo.
Alright, well, Cassia's still down. I doubt Casimir or Little Buddy could really fight. And
Zor, you got it back there?
don't want this guy taking everything, so I'm just going to break out the Orb of Spellbinder and just be like, fine, take it.
Oh, thanks. Yeah. That's...
Oh, can he hand it over? I thought he had to make rolls.
Oh, that's...
Sorry,
No, it's been sufficient amount of time, I think, since he used it.
Yeah, I haven't used it.
And also, if this guy is under the compulsion of a greater number of orbs, they would probably completely go along with gathering them together anyway. But we don't know if he has another orb. Certainly acting like it, though.
Cool. Anyway, well, I guess...
Zor's got his face on the ground, he's like, yep.
Cool. Alright, well, thanks for being so understanding.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Alright. I'm gonna go. Steps backwards and disappears into the shadows.
Great.
And very slowly, each of the shadow beasts does the same thing. Zor?
Yeah, we got it. We're fine.
All good.
Everything's great. We're just down 2 orbs of the Sorcerer Kings now. Anyway,
Speaking of Sorcerer Kings, we join our scene in progress with Antoria and everyone's favorite boy, Cade.
Also, that guy Hamanu's there.
Hamanu is here. Valara is also here. Hamanu, I think, had the last word last time, so I think you've had a week to decide what it is that you're going to say. So I'll leave it to you.
Cade will go.
You didn't bet a lot on that, did you?
Yeah.
No.
He'll go.
High odds,
What?
though, so if you
guys
do
are-
it, pay up.
He'll
All right.
He'll look between Antoria and Hamanu for a second.
Antoria kind of does that thing where you hear something unbelievable and you kind of repeat it to yourself like in a bear whisper. Your son.
Antoria.
Antoria doesn't seem to have heard Kate at all. I imagine Hamalu's looking at him pretty closely. Anyone else has...
Oh, absolutely.
Probably get the impression that his mind is racing at the moment. And he's definitely going through a lot.
Reviewing past sessions.
Yeah.
Oh, the evidence is there.
Well, that's actually not too far off. Antoria kind of reviews things a bit in his mind. He remembers, of course, when Hamanu first appeared in Cade's Templar medallion, when he was holding it briefly while considering casting an illusion on it to hide what it was. There was, of course, the meeting later in Cade's mind when Hamanu politely asked him to leave. It was a vision for his Templar, not for Antoria, and mentioned they would meet again later. And then, of course, there's the adventures in Uruk, where he learned that a character with arcane and psionic potential would have been required to do what whoever was meeting with his mom that day did. And of course, the golden eyes are an obvious match.
Your dad was a man with golden eyes.
So he reviews these and a few other facts over a long silence, and then he kind of looks up and says, "It is true, isn't it?"
It is. Antoria. I've been telling you this for months, for a year.
Please, not right now. Not right now.
Antoria.
Not right now. Lord Manu. I've had a few moments to think this over, and I do believe you. I probably had the evidence for some time, it's just... But I do have a question. Why did you raise me to kill you? You were Lord Hamanu. The lowest midwife in Uruk could have prevented me from being born if that was a mistake or an accident. It clearly wasn't. You denied me to be raised in your own home. Fear of you had my mother cast me out. The Veiled Alliance took me in. And given how closely you seemed to watch me, you no doubt knew of that the moment it happened. But you allowed them to raise me, to train me, to teach me about magic and about you, and what you and all the other defilers are doing with this world. And then you killed them. And then you let me run around doing all of this, acknowledging that your bloodline apparently is the source of my power. You couldn't have engineered it better for me to behave in this way. Why?
Look at you. You've seen what happens to those that live in privilege, having whatever they want available to them, handed to them. This world is kill or be killed. This world demands survival. If my son couldn't survive it, he's of no use to me. You've met the other sorcerer kings. You've met the Veiled Alliance. Neither of them are terribly impressive, are they? You have seen what power does, what wealth does. In this world, you must scrape and scrap and fight for what it is that you have. And fight you have done.
There is truth in what you say.
The lion does not lie.
Yet, but once again, with your own words, you've acknowledged that I am a threat to you and everything that you're trying to protect, which I'm quite frankly not entirely sure what that encompasses yet, but we'll leave that aside for the moment. You gave me great power, but you also led me on a path that was sure to lead me to oppose you. This doesn't make sense.
You want what? To protect the world from those such as me. To protect the dying of the light. To protect the eradication of the natural order. I want to protect the order of the world. I want to make sure that things continue on as they have been. I don't want the world to fall into chaos. I don't want the world to die any further than it needs to. I fought, I raged for 1,000 years, defeating any who came to oppose me, eventually striking down Rajat, the first sorcerer himself, raising up Boris, the dragon, to protect the world, my will, because that was what was necessary to protect the world. I have arranged the sorcerer kings. I have kept them in check. I have pitted them against each other to keep things exactly as they are, so that the world may live on under my divine guidance. Because who else will do it? Only those that have fought, only those that have struggled to survive can do what must be done for Athos to persevere. You ask why? Why did I do this? Why did I set you on this path? I set you on this path because I knew that this would be the way for you to gain the power that was necessary. But that one day when we would meet, you would hear my words and agree with me.
Antoria. We're stronger together, you know this. I've told you since nearly the day that we met that this had to be fate. You remember?
I do.
I spoke of a world that where you and I, we could make real change under Hamanu's light.
You haven't been listening. He doesn't want change. Or do I misunderstand you?
I want to stop those that would upend the world. The heralds, this traitor Keltis. The other traitor who sponsors the Far Heralds, that leads them on their merry path, that dangles the root in front of them so that they race towards the pillars. I want to put an end to these interruptions. And then together, if we can preserve the natural order and create a better life, eradicating defilers from the world, this may be my will. If I may convince you of things, perhaps you may convince me of things. What better chance would you have to convince me than by working alongside me?
I will say this. Not too long ago,
Oh, that's such a dad move to just be like sipping his mug of joe.
Yes, son?
not too long ago, I might have been willing to settle for that. But this man, and he points up to Aronis' tower, you call traitor, has shown me that more than simple preservation is possible. That experiment you denounce, restoration is possible. Athos could be green again. It could still, though Aronis has died, his experiment, at least as far as I know, he glances briefly at Valeria, has not been destroyed.
Well, let's examine the premises, shall we? And Manu turns on his heel and walks off towards the area where Valeria and Aronis had their battle, where there's a considerable amount of char and magical residue. It looks like there was some terrific struggle. It's maybe 50 or 60 feet away. Valeria continues on obediently. I assume you two are just running away.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Let's go.
Guys, no, Cade will walk abreast to Antoria.
Where is this relative to where the Tree of Life was?
It's in the same general kind of area. They were battling in his lab where the greenhouse was. So there's a fair bit to be dug through. Why don't you, Hamano just sort of stops and is like, there's a number of Urikari soldiers at this point that are sort of coming up through the city and just sort of performing due diligence. There's a couple sifting through the wreckage, just looking for general kind of spoils. You can give me an investigation check to snoop through the ruins if you are looking for something in particular.
He's looking for the Tree of Life in particular,
Sure.
or where it was.
Okay.
19.
Cool. So you're sifting through, you're pushing aside some boulders and stuff like that. And you spot something a little further away. It looks like maybe when the tower was broken, the greenhouse fell a little distance away. But in the course of finding where that is, you stumble across what looks to be like the leftovers of like a laboratory of like there's like test tubes and Bunsen burners and stuff like that. Only the magical versions of those kinds of things.
Of course.
Yeah, there's just like magical components littered around, and there's a particular thing that catches your eye. There's sort of a small wooden lockbox that's sort of popped open, and it's notable only in that it has a very, very precise arrangement. It's kind of like a tackle box in that it has like very particular kind of arrangements. And it's filled with diamonds. It's filled with very, very precisely cut diamonds in one row. And in the row underneath it, there are clumps of biological matter of some kind. Like there's a little bit of hair in there. There's maybe some like skin or something. It's kind of weird, but they're like very, very deliberately set up. And then the very last like pair is missing.
Antoria glances at these. Does he recognize spell stasis gems when he sees them, given that he knows that spell?
You would. These are not that sort.
Arcane check to try and identify what the heck this is. That
Sure.
he's looking
Do
at?
they appear to be revivify components?
You find a
They're not,
journal,
no.
it
Although-
says suckers.
That's not bad. 22.
You identify these as material components for the spell Clone.
Antoria nicely gives them a bit of an odd look. Sighs a little. Thinks about it. Keeps looking for the Tree of Life if that's anywhere nearby.
Yeah, so you continue down the path and find the ruins of the greenhouse, basically. And the Tree of Life is here, but it is good and severed. It looks like what parts of it were not like lit on fire were basically chopped in half, and you can see that the thing is basically bleeding out.
Alright.
Kate, are you following along?
Yeah,
or?
Kate is with Antoria.
Sure.
As they're like stepping into the Tree of Life, he'll be like, what's that? What was that box?
Spell components.
For what?
Spells.
He's got you there.
That's fair.
That's also the most Antoria answer.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Summons for spells.
Kate could make a knowledge arcana check, maybe,
He
right?
could, but
Natural one.
yeah.
Yeah,
Let's see.
but that's not his thing.
Alright.
I don't think he would have any way to know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
True.
like if it was a lower level spell or a priest spell or something, maybe, but like
Your max level's what, 4th or 5th?
fourth, yeah.
Yeah.
Is there? Antoria will search the Tree of Life carefully to see what the least dead part of it is and try to claim that.
Sure. You find maybe like a frond or something like that.
Alright.
Hamanu joins you, Valeria. Not too far off.
Alright.
Tree of Life. Right.
It was a few moments ago.
It's not a very good one, is it?
It wasn't meant to survive combat. It was meant to convert defiled soil into living soil. That it did quite admirably while it lived.
I bet that it did.
If restoration was possible, would you even allow it?
Of course.
Insight check.
Sure.
And granted, he's probably got like a 40-something on deception if he wants it, but...
The lion doesn't lie.
Yeah, that's true. 13.
He seems on the up and up. What? That's how I say on the up and up.
Yeah, with a little extra tone of voice.
Do you want to play poker sometime?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm all in.
Manu sort of rolls his eyes a bit and goes, "Look, I have a garden full of these things."
What?
Of course. I'm one of the most powerful defilers in the land. Do you think I wouldn't have something to renew the batteries on which my spells operate?
I assumed, given the way the transformation seems to work, that you had given it up.
What transformation?
Antoria switches to Draconic and asks, will they understand me in this language?
I should have known you'd discover that sooner or later. I meant what I said. I seek the preservation of the natural order. World needs no more dragons. It has one too many as it is.
On that there can be no argument.
Are you both speaking in Draconic?
No, he's continuing on in common.
Okay, well, Antoria switches back after saying the controversial thing that's apparently a secret.
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
My path does not continue in that direction.
That much is in Draconic again. That much is obvious, or it would have already been completed, probably.
Antoria, I told you that there is no better way to reduce the defilement of this world than joining the forces of Yorick. How can you argue with that now? Look, I know that you're always right, but this time you are wrong.
I haven't decided anything yet.
So a couple troops actually rush up to Valaria and seem to deliver some manner of urgent report. You can tell because they're playing their urgent report animations. Most High Lion, yes. There's a country coming towards us on a bunch of legs.
Oh, boy.
King will draw his war pick. Damascus.
Bless you.
Gilogras.
The city-state of Damascus,
Oh.
Valaria, is on its way.
Yeah, you can understand why I'd be skeptical.
Yes, your ignorance about the forces that we're about to face.
Enough of that. Have you briefed Lord Hamano on what Gilogras is
Okay,
capable
you're
of?
at like a here. I need you at like a here.
Lord Amano is familiar with Gilogras and his powers, yes.
Yes, you've completed your mission, and I appreciated the report, given as it was. I imagine we have much to discuss with the leader of the Far Heralds. Valaria's like, discuss? Yeah. Why do you think I summoned him here? Zor, what are you up to? Are you still just sort of like...
He's laying there like...
My life!
Cassia made it look so cool.
This is my life now.
You got that, Zor?
Is Cassia awake yet, or
No.
I'm not sure. Okay. Zora's just gonna tick through the options. Think of a safe place. Think of a safe place.
I'll remind you. You can perform a medicine check to revive unconscious
okay,
people.
well,
And Cassia did
I did
also
want to
give
do
a
that.
suggestion of where to go.
You're actually on your way somewhere right now.
Like, I think that little buddy would have just taken what Cassia said.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
He's headed towards
I
the straight
think
path.
he's received the order to
Cassia,
go.
you wake up.
Oh, God.
Your cleric remembers how to.
Wake
Smelling
people
salt.
up. Yeah.
Wake up and he's just barfing eggs into your mouth. CPR, I was giving you CPR.
Cassia explodes the ship.
Absolutely normal thing to do.
Excuse me.
Zor, everything good back there?
Yes.
Yes. Wipe.
No.
Cassia, we were just attacked while you were unconscious.
Okay.
The orbs are gone. Your stuff is gone.
What? And she does like an inventory check.
Sure.
She only finds that her 2 magic holding bags are gone.
You give me an investigation check.
Investigation is going to be a 17.
17. Okay. You find that your bag of holding and your haversack are missing. Because, however, you're very diligent about like what goes in which pocket. Do I have everything that I need before I leave the spaceship? you're checking like very, very methodically, but also very quickly. And you find something that is there that's not supposed to be there.
He left his concept album on a burned CD.
Oh god! Rolls down the window.
No, that EP is valuable. It's so good.
It's called Kraken Gaze. It's basically a hot new genre.
No.
The first track is 17 minutes long. It has no sound. No, you find sort of a small, like almost like pancake-sized and shaped ceramic disc that's covered in like sigils.
What's that?
There is a weird kind of like, so they're all carven in, but some of them are kind of lit up, and there's a distinct trail coming from like the path of where it's lit up, and it's like continuing to light up.
It's still going.
Yeah.
Puts it down and is going to try and sort out what it is as quickly as possible.
Sure.
Arcana check, just has she seen anything like this before? I reroll one. So that's going to be a 24.
Okay. You've not seen anything like this before, but the sigils seem to indicate some manner of passage of time and fire magic.
It's going to self-destruct. Can I open a window and toss it out the window?
There's not a window.
Or a back hatch.
You could run down to where the airlock is and like open that up. Like the back, like where the Mako drops out.
If only someone could banish it to another dimension.
Yeah, go figure.
I don't know what's going on. Cassia hasn't said anything.
Zor, everything good back
So
there?
Cassia is as quick as possible trying to
What's
get
going
this
on?
out of the thing.
Yeah.
She's going to cast slow on it as she does.
Okay. Pretty good.
What are you doing?
It immediately like it's still continuing, but at like half
This
speed.
is about to explode. We need to shoot it out the airlock. Little buddy, get my back on this.
I could just banish it and we can go with the ship that moves.
Okay.
Hopefully.
But can you banish an inanimate object?
Actually, yeah, it's a good question.
I think it has to
Well,
be.
in that case, Cassia had a plan, so let's just do her
Oh,
plan.
yeah,
let's do
we're
that.
fine. Yeah, let's go.
Okay, so
Do it.
I'm gonna.
Whoa!
Yeah.
It's still slowed.
Say,
So
yeah, it's
you
falling
throw
very
it,
slow.
and it like
That's Featherfall.
A day later.
I am really glad that I was checking all of my pockets. That would have been very unfortunate. How big is that explosion? It's not catching up.
it's like Marcus sized.
Okay.
Roughly 1 Marcus.
I wonder.
An official Athasian unit of measure.
Of course.
Everyone measures in Marcus's.
Standard Marcuses.
I need 3 Marcuses of food for this caravan.
Oh, jeez. that's-
Well, I
Why don't you
mean,
just create it out of thin air?
if you're in Uric, they have the Imperial Marcus, yeah. Which like at least they've got standards.
Yeah.
Banishes a creature.
Creature. Okay.
Yes.
Based on his weight when he won the championship in the arena in tier.
Zor, all good back there?
Let's. Okay,
Who
so
has the objects?
one of the Farhelds appeared. I couldn't fend them off. Zor actually probably looks pretty bloody actually right now too.
Yeah.
You need to heal yourself?
No, he was
Wait,
trying to
you
eat you
guys-
away.
Oh.
He's trying to eat you away. He's like, all right,
Shoveling the blood back in while you're talking.
not important, not important. What happens to me is not important. What happens to us is more important. I have the seed still. I have the
Oh, thank God.
crown, and
Oh,
I
thank
have
God.
the spell of activation for the.
Oh, thank God. There's
The
not-
orbs are gone.
Yeah,
All he
yeah.
took was the orbs, and your stuff because
Yeah,
he was in a hurry.
they also have the Spear of Dragoth.
Anyway.
But it's just Orban.
We need to figure out a safe place to go to until Antoria can contact us.
Well, buddy, are we on our way to the town to the north?
Well,
Garbage lizard.
I've been thinking about it.
Yeah,
That
garbage
Lizard
lizard,
Town
though.
might not be the safest place.
Little buddy is like waving you over.
Okay, whatever.
We could look.
Have we caught up to... I'm trying to go in the direction that they were fleeing from the city,
Which would have been north.
which would have been north,
Yeah.
and to the town that they know of up north that might
Yeah.
be able to harbor them.
No,
or
absolutely.
Right.
So if we're passing
But a little
over
bit-
an entire escaping nation, no.
Well, no. So there's no like evidence of like mass migration or anything like
Okay.
that. There is, however, evidence of an entire like island moving through the wasteland, and little buddy is like indicating this to you on like a mini map on the console.
Do the
that, like,
footprints look like the ones we saw before when we first?
footprints?
It's a moving
Yeah,
continent. I'm
so-
gonna jump straight into the
When we were
map.
first trying to figure out where the Moscow was, we found a bunch of prints in the side of the mountain, and we kind of pieced that together towards moving city. And that, do they look?
There's no footprints. It's just the Moscow.
Okay,
Yeah,
it's just-
I'm,
okay.
Yeah.
I'm seeing it like on a computer screen. With
Yeah.
Like a
Oh, you
graphic.
literally see the mouse?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's like
okay.
literally
I thought you
like
meant we just saw the
There it
prints,
is.
like it already.
no,
was.
like it's literally like
Okay.
attacking Kern, except it's not attacking because
Why
it's just
is this happening?
Antoria gave me a mission to keep the seed safe.
I agree with the mission.
And the
That was
crown safe.
yes.
We need to go somewhere safe.
Yeah, that was my idea up to the north.
That's a little close.
We can go farther north than the north place we were already going,
There's
if you would
few
like.
Other
But I
places
don't
I
know
can think
cities.
of, but
What other towns or cities?
one
are
is,
moving up
I,
north?
do we? I guess we don't know where the tower is that Neff used,
Mhm.
but we could try and find that tower Neff used to communicate long distance with other people. That might let us get in touch with Antoria.
I can message spell with Antoria, but if he's in the company of a sorcerer king, he may be dead or compromised.
True, but I can't think of many other safe places. Like my friend Cream Village might be safe for me, but I can't really guarantee that they're going to be.
No,
weren't you,
I am
weren't you
village,
exiled
that's
from your
fine.
village?
I think he left.
I mean, I am
You
delicious.
You can't
so-
exile me, I'm leaving.
Yeah.
Didn't write it down. I'm sure it's in the expanded version. I wrote a novel. It's pretty cool. It's good.
Cool story.
You can listen to the Gaze of the Kraken Gaze while reading it. Anyway,
Where do you suggest we go?
safe places. This is half this.
Let's give you some time to think about it. Guys, back on the ground. Themosco is here now. You can see it like
Okay, we'll show
coming
this
up over the
there.
mountainside. And sure enough, it stops some distance away. Manu seems utterly nonplussed by this turn of events. And once it stopped, one of those massive, like, gangly arms, sort of like,
No, gross.
it has too many joints and too many fingers. And then lowering itself back down to the ground, you see a couple of figures. You see Gil Ogress and his silent buddy Lore.
Does each joint snap like that too? Like.
It makes the like bloodbending
Yeah.
noise.
Yeah,
from
yeah.
Avatar.
Nice.
Thank you for that.
Pretty
That's-
good, pretty good.
Goodbye.
Kate will stand on hand. He'll sort of stand like just like, between these two, I guess.
Sure, absolutely. They walk up. Lord Manu, old friends,
Gilogress.
I've come to surrender.
That's wise.
Well, once Manu knows where you're at, there's not a whole lot of point in running, is there? You know what I'm talking about. Lore, of course, says nothing.
Yeah.
Manu seems just the slightest bit satisfied with himself for having put this together, for having sent someone off into the wilderness, having eliminated this awful, awful cult that seems to be stirring things up. He says, I was given to understand that you had a sponsor of some kind. Well, yeah, we did. Do you want to meet him? Manu nods and says, yes, I would. I'd like to put an end to all of this. Okay, I think we can manage that. Let's...
Kate will look at Antoria.
He glances at the sun, Gil does, and says, maybe once night falls, though, if that's all right. Can we get like a last meal or something like that in before you put an end to our sorry existences? And Manu says, that could be arranged.
I can tell you where all the food stores are in Kern.
I can tell you the best places,
Yeah.
the absolute best.
That place over there had great curry.
Yeah.
Now they're dead. And a pair of, or no, maybe a larger number of guards come to escort away the two Far Heralds, and the Urukari army moves into New Kern proper and begins to set up camp. You basically have free roam of the place. You can hang out with Hamanu if you want, or continue digging around in the wreckage. Whatever you guys see fit to do.
Kate will look at Valaria and be like, well, where's your Far Herald?
Oh, I'm sure he's around here somewhere. I keep him on a pretty tight leash.
Good.
If meeting with Hamanu is possible, Antoria does have a few other questions for him.
Yeah, I think that's reasonable.
All right.
Hamanu retires to a command tent and seems to be pretty spent by the day's activities. It's not every
out
day.
from being victorious all the time.
Grabs a goblet, fills it up, takes off his chest plate. It's hard work being the best.
Kicks his feet up on a stool,
Made of this
which is
heavy
his
salt.
cave. Yeah.
So, here we are.
Indeed. Your proposal is interesting, but there are still immediate concerns that must be addressed before, frankly, any of that matters.
Well, obviously we have to put an end to these far hills.
The dust pattern as well.
I am hopeful that once we're able to put an end to whichever sponsor it is that is dictating the course of the Fire Herald's activities, we can finally track down that idiot Yarnath and stop him from respawning over and over and over again. With the two of them gone, the Kraken should be of no further concern.
Antoria frowns a little bit. Says, did Cade not tell you that our best information is that the Dust Kraken's awakening is now inevitable? Too much damage was done to the Pillar Network. We have this from a Pyrene who is in part in charge of monitoring it.
And you trust everything that the Pyrene tell you?
No, but a large number of pillars were damaged.
That is so.
Destroyed.
And we will work together to make sure that they are stabilized and make sure that everything continues on as it was, with the ancient horror deep beneath the sands, slumbering where it belongs.
If it can be put back to sleep, I suppose that's better than nothing, but is there nothing to be gained by trying to be rid of it once and for all?
No. Wait, hang on. I'm conjugating which... Yes, there is something to be gained. Sorry, long day.
Quite understandable.
Yes.
I know the feeling.
There is something to be gained. But the sooner we make sure that it is sleeping for another 1,000 years, the more time that you and I will have to find a means of banishing it forever. We
Agreed.
can work towards both solutions.
Then, 2 other questions, if I may. Boris the dragon. What is wrong with him?
How much time do you have?
Fair.
What specifically do you mean?
He seemed somewhat aware of what was going on, but his response was to destroy a city and fly off.
Dragons are prone to rage
Flights of fancy.
in extraordinary quantities. It's part of the reason I have halted my own transformation, because I don't view the power that it lends you an appropriate payment for the degree of control you give up. In that, I cannot fault Aronis. Look at me, giving him his own name. Keltus was a traitor. If he had really, truly repented, he should have told me. This other traitor, who do you imagine it is? We'll see how smart you really are.
Interesting question.
It's like the end of one of the Sherlock things. Sherlock's in like, okay, so I figured it out. How about you tell me? How many steps did you take?
Well, let's go through the list of suspects, shall we?
Indeed. Androponus.
By all accounts, dead. Perhaps.
Gravely wounded and licking his wounds. But considering that his city's seen the greatest amount of destruction from all of this nonsense, Alterac accepted, it seems an unlikely price to pay to cover one's tracks.
Moreover, he seemed to genuinely love being first citizen, as he called himself.
Yes. I would say that out of all of us, he's perhaps most wrapped up in the fantasy of simply being a king.
Indeed.
Excuse me, first citizen.
Well, while we're checking boxes off the list, tic-tac-toe-play.
A dog. Obsessed only with whatever is in front of him, and can't remember anything more than 5 minutes old.
I agree. He doesn't seem a likely suspect for any sort of long, drawn-out plans.
A buffoon. Lolly pie.
There's a more interesting case. She's certainly more subtle and more given to the long view than the others we have discussed so far.
That is so.
She did assist me, and I use that word reluctantly, perhaps, in removing one of the orbs of Khaled Ma from myself, which I had not even become aware had merged with me in some way.
She imagines herself generous, even as she destroys. However, her destruction is limited to her enemies. Perhaps, with Keltis accepted, she loves her forest, legitimately. I can't imagine her doing something that would extinguish it.
Indeed, it would be pointless to raise up a forest only to destroy it later. That's 3 down.
That's exactly what Manu does, by the way. Destroys the land.
But he doesn't make a big deal out of it.
I know.
Well,
Cielba, dead. Dragoth, dead.
we're certain about that one.
I killed him myself. And I was so intent on making sure that he was dead that I have searched, not just this realm, but the Grey, for his soul, each year on the anniversary. I have not found it. Wherever he is not here causing mischief.
Fair enough. Kalak is of course dead.
Khalid Ma, dead.
For the moment. The method of his resurrection still exists.
But if he is dead for the moment, he is not in charge of the Far Heralds.
I reluctantly agree. The orbs have shown a remarkable degree of intelligence in their own
You're
operation.
thinking of Khalid Ma. Kalak's the Sorcerer King belonging to Tyr.
Oh, no, Kalak is dead, yes. He's certainly dead. Khalid
They're both
Ma-
dead. I'm Hamanu.
He's dead.
There was
Boris. Probably not.
a little too...
He can just do it himself anyway. Just raise out every city.
Speaking of that, Daskanor.
Well, he might have survived what happened with his pillar,
But regardless,
but obsessed with Rajat.
and perhaps too unstable to concoct of such a plan. So, who do we know that is, at least theoretically, still alive, powerful enough to conduct all of this, and has the cunning to pull it off?
Antoria's gaze seems to become a little more intent as he looks at Hamanu. Well,
Nibene.
that is one of the remaining
Missing for 100 years. Doesn't cause any trouble. Fights only with Lolly Pie. He's the smartest damn bastard I've ever met. Smarter than me. But, well, a bit too smart, if you know what I mean. Loves to get caught up in his own little schemes. Only this scheme, I bet, has exceeded the boundaries of the Spired City and has made a mess of the tablelands. No, it is Nibene. I'm sure of it. Unless you have another proposal.
Well, Unfortunately, with Nibene, I only have the absence of information to draw upon. We never met with him, and we knew nothing about him other than that he's been absent for some time. I, of course, would be willing to trust your assessment of his character, but he is not the only suspect remaining. There's, of course, yourself, my lord. Though I will say that is true. We are damned.
Just so. I will forgive this moment of doubt.
It was not a moment of doubt. An observation. You do meet the requirements you yourself set out.
This is so. Cassia and Zor, what are you guys up to?
I have another idea.
Okay.
What's your other idea?
Why don't we go find Tiberius, our boat and our crew?
That's a good idea because I didn't want to go back there because it was next to Gil, but it's no longer next to Gil.
Make sure they're safe, and then the boat itself has always been a safe haven for us of sorts.
I mean, I very much prefer the safe haven that can take me to the goddamn moon.
Zor, everything good back there?
Yes, head for where we last found Damascus. Head towards the desert.
Damascus is here. You know what? I'm just gonna come. I'm gonna get up and come back there. I'm tired of shouting.
We'll come up there. We'll come up there.
You bump into Casimir. Oh, I was going back there.
Yes.
Fine. Okay.
Let's go back to the controls of this beast.
Damascus is here.
Yeah.
But we have the things that we think they may be after here with us. We don't want to be here.
But our friends are down there.
Antoria told me very specifically to protect what he gave me. He gave me...
That's fine. We can do that. But also our friends are down there.
Friend.
He said to go. He said to keep this safe. And I think we should go find Tiberius. We should go find my former crew of clerics, or clutch of clerics.
What? You think that, like, that one kid, because he had that powerful lizard and a couple of earth clerics who no longer have any kind of leadership.
They're the best allies we have right now.
What?
Antoria is dealing with Cade and Humani right now.
Right.
And Gil and Damascus. If we just walk right back with the very things he just told us to take away from here.
So we don't bring them with us.
Then who takes them where? We leave it on the metal bird? And...
So, Casimir, I have a question.
Yes, please.
You haven't wanted to dive into the fray very often, but you want to go down there.
They're our friends.
They are.
They're...
Very much so want to go save Antoria. But he has charged me with the protection of these relics that can restore Athos to what it once was.
Fine, that's
this
fine.
is more important than us and our friends. And Antoria has told me to do this.
Okay, fine. Then let me out.
I'm not sure.
Sorcerer just pushes him off the airlock.
Thank you!
Oh, he doesn't have the broom.
Yeah, he probably doesn't have the broom.
I'm not sure about that, Casimir. Why are you interested in getting down there? To a Sorcerer King, to the Far Heralds, to all that danger that you'd been trying to avoid for so long?
Because it's the right thing to do.
Is it? Isn't the right thing to do the best thing for Athos?
Inside.
Yeah, I don't need to roll it.
23?
You believe that he believes what he's saying.
Okay.
Look. I know I'm a coward.
And a fuck up.
Cassie Conan Cole, Brandis Caitlin.
I'm a coward. I'm a screw up. I break everything that I touch. I ruin everything. Everything that has happened. The entire reason I'm in this stupid world is because someone found some screw up that no one would miss on the outside and brought them here. Because I'm a nobody. I understand, but But you guys are somebody. And if there's anything that I can do down there, anything, even if it's just screwing stuff up in the direction of the bad guys, I understand. You've been given a task. You have to protect this thing that will protect everyone. And I'm not going to stop you from doing that, but I can't just leave them behind, regardless of what they may have done or said or what has happened. We've been through too much. I just can't.
Then you should go.
Just let me out, just wherever. I can find my own way. He begins to make his way towards the back. Cade, what are you up to? Just standing perfectly still, I assume.
Probably for a little while. No, Cade will...
Getting some food?
Yeah, no.
Eating the ramen?
He's not going to eat.
No.
At some point, he'll approach Valaria. Be like, well, sister, is this all playing out as you imagine?
This, I mean, the whole, like, secret paradise city ruled by a traitorous sorcerer king is a little weird, but all the rest of it, yeah. I think this is pretty much going the way I thought.
Is this what you wanted?
It's not about what I want.
Is it not?
No, you're right. It is.
You don't feel the slightest bit replaced in your schemes.
What do you mean?
What do you think I mean? You're not the one meeting with Lord Hamanu right now.
Oh, please. You don't think I'm jealous of that hobo that you brought in?
Okay,
You
so
mean
I sure
Prince Antoria of Uric?
Oh.
Yeah, I mean the prince.
Very well. If you're not jealous, if you're satisfied with your state.
Why would I be jealous where you see a title? I see opportunity.
Is that so?
Of course. Where else was there for me to go from here? High Templar? What am I going to do? Try and lead a insurrection or something like that? Try and claim my own kingdom? Absolutely not.
No, you're not that stupid.
No.
So what now?
But if the prince is going to be an heir,
Oh.
then he's going to need a wife.
Oh, please, Valaria. I have more of a shot to marry Antoria than you.
Well, I guess the race is on, dear brother.
And 1,000 fanfics
Antoria
were written.
finishes himself. It's like, Antoria out.
That is going to be one bloody feud.
Yeah, he'll laugh a little bit and be like, I don't think Antoria has much to say or do with you, dear sister.
Well, I think we'll leave that to the lion to decide.
I suppose we will.
Oh, dear God.
So are you concerned about this encroaching city and whatever Gil has planned?
Absolutely not. If a halfling, some mute elf that follows him around, those were our arch nemeses this entire time?
Gil has some manner
He
of
has
power
no idea.
that we don't understand.
Well,
And he's waiting for nightfall for some reason. I'm not certain what that is yet, but I'm bound to be prepared.
yes.
He's not seeking a last meal. He's delaying or waiting for something. He has
Well,
a
if he was
plan.
seeking a last meal, he could do certainly better than the Urukari army. I mean, what's he going to have? Gruel? Gruel with
Well,
water?
They have plenty of delicious
Dry gruel.
meal all throughout Kern, I promise you. I've heard all about it.
Vegetarians. Ugh. No, I'm not terribly concerned about this Gil Ogress or any of the lot of them, to be quite honest with you. I am simply happy to be done with it and then continue on with the future.
Very well. Well, I have some preparations to do.
Hmm.
And he'll just sort of step aside. He'll just
Sure.
find a place to do a little bit of prayer and meditation.
You bump into Zerk on the way out of her tent. Excuse me. Oh, hey, I'm sorry. Hey. Sorry.
Your album.
Yeah, he'll do this. Yeah, it's like, It's actually real good. Don't listen to the haters. No, Kate will brush past him and sort of glance back over his
Sure. The flap falls shut.
Yeah.
Um.
Be fucking.
Oh no. No. That's not very Kraken wave.
They have
Yeah.
orbs to combine.
Kate will find a space just to do his like prayer and meditation.
Sure.
And ultimately, he'll be looking to reconnect with Antoria, not for any particular purpose, but just just to be near to him.
Of course,
things
yeah,
start to go down.
when it's necessary.
Yeah.
Antoria, what are you up to?
I did have one question left with Hamanu.
I have all the answers.
This incredible place that I found it was Guthay, right? I'm asking Hamanu that. It was
Yes, it was Guthay.
on Guthay, the Pyrene moon base, that they exploited our planet to draw the magic from it. How much of this were you already aware of?
I was aware that the Pyrene had such schemes to utilize our world for their own purposes. That one of them yet lived in such a remote place, I admit, is a surprise. But I am grateful that the circumstances have changed.
Indeed. Well, I think I've got more than enough to ponder over and think about for some time. But why is Gilligress still alive? You know who his master was.
Well, I'm waiting for him to confirm that. I could... He seems to actually pause for a moment. Whatever it is that he serves is preventing me from drawing such information from his brain. Whatever it is that he has planned, we will be ready for it this evening. Surely it's some trick, some manner of inviting disaster upon us.
Naivene's city was infested with various creatures of shadow and darkness. This request to wait for nightfall might be related.
Maybe so. But I am the Lion of Uruk and the King of the World, so... if such terrors are visited upon us, we shall demolish them. Together. And then continue on with the Far Herald's heads on spikes.
Indeed. Then, if you'll excuse me.
You bump into Kate on the way out.
Antoria,
Yes,
how was your meeting?
I'm alive. I have a few answers, and quite a bit more to ponder over. But our immediate concern is this scheme of Gil's, as far as I know.
Yes, I'm not certain what's going on, but we should be ready. My sister doesn't seem to think it's worrisome, but I don't think she quite understands how dangerous Gil can be.
Fortunately, your god seems to agree with her.
Well, I suppose we'll see. Zerk is here. He's among the Yorikari forces.
What of him?
What of him? He's one of the Far Heralds.
The one who ran away screaming from us. I'm not convinced he actually had any power.
Well, all I'm saying is there's an enemy agent among our tents. Just be aware.
Enemy agent or pet of your sisters, or both? I was never quite clear on that either.
Well, he certainly works for her, but the Far Heralds worked for many governments and many organizations. I don't understand why this would be any different, other than the fact that my sister believes she's capable of controlling him, which perhaps she is, through her mind and her eyes, not understanding what the Far Heralds truly are.
Even Abalakre, though she is... Well, it's not wise to insult a goddess even at great distance.
Oh yeah, we forgot about Abalakre.
Was she even worth mentioning?
Yeah.
No!
That's why you
One
forgot.
just peeks out of the tent, like, oh, I knew we forgot somebody.
Hamanu, you clod.
How could you forget Snooky?
It was Abalakre the whole time.
But
You would have known that if you guys had gone and visited her.
turning a High Templar against her own sorcerer queen is notable.
Yes. Well, when I didn't quite understand how all of that was happening, or how the Far Heralds could potentially be a risk inside of Uruk until understanding exactly what Gil is and how his powers work. The traditional means of controlling and understanding an individual don't count here, so who knows what's going on with him. Just be aware.
As far as I can be. How long until nightfall, by the way?
You got maybe like another hour and a half.
Okay, not long enough for a long rest.
Not really, no.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. Back
So we
to
won't have a chance to change spells around.
not unless you can do it on a short rest. The ship touches down and Casimir gets ready to leave the cockpit.
Cassia, so side note, before this happens, Cassia kind of really doesn't want to let Casimir off the ship into the enemy area. And so I'm trying to call this character versus metagame thing. If metagame, I want to get back to the party.
Sure.
And it seems good. And Casimir made a very impassioned plea, but at the same time, it felt like he was trying to insert himself into the most dangerous situation, which was the opposite of how Casimir has literally always operated at a time of the highest chaos. With a person who's not from this realm, just after Cassia was told, hey, by the way, it might be like something's trying to leave in the vision. So it kind of hit all of her suspect alarm bells.
Oh yeah, Casimir's the ultimate bad guy.
Well, okay, so hold on.
Okay.
Hold on.
Let's go.
Okay.
Cassia is considering the possibility that
of course
this one timid little guy who always shied away from things is trying to put himself in the most dangerous situation at the most chaotic time, and that sort of like squicked something of like.
If there's a time for Cassia to be distrustful of daddies, now is the time.
Like,
yes.
So the other thing, this tiny poor little broken child with deep abandonment issues is going through a little bit of a breakdown of distrust and not wanting people to leave.
Yep.
So that's kind of like the position I find myself in, where the character thing feels like Zor and Cassia's plan doesn't feel like it's changed. That they should book it far away, meet up with Tiberius, and try and figure out what to do about a seed, and try and figure out what to do about the Dustcracken crown. And the fact that Casimir's been behaving oddly, she kind of didn't want him to get into that situation. But on a metagame side, I want to do the literal exact opposite.
Okay.
And I'm not sure how to rectify that.
Just kill Tanger.
Snap his neck.
If you have sending,
Pray to Homanu for counsel.
if you have sending, you could ask Antoria.
You could.
Yeah.
You also have some really good RNG generators right in front of you.
Okay.
But I mean, you could talk to Zor. Zor is right there.
That's kind of the thing that, like, she doesn't mention her distrust of Casimir, but before we land,
Or you could talk to Little Buddy.
I don't feel like our plan has changed. The idea of some people knowing how to deal with the Dustcracken and trying to sort things out on that regard, and some people knowing how to reverse defiling feels like...
I believe we need Antoria
I'm going
to succeed. However, I also believe in doing what the clutch leader has told me to do. That goes above all else. As much as I don't want to.
I feel like we have a responsibility to literally the world, and our lives mean nothing in the face of that. We can try reaching out to Antoria, but do I know if the Sorcerer Kings have any compulsive behavior? Have I ever heard of a Sorcerer King making somebody a thrall?
I mean...
Because it hasn't happened in our travels.
Yeah.
And the things Guild is doing seems exceptional.
Yeah.
Dominate person lasts a limited amount of time in terms of what I know of it. But what a Sorcerer King can do can be much greater.
Yeah, I mean, as far as you're concerned, they are godlike in their power. If there is a thing that they want to do, they will spend 100 years researching a spell to do it.
Yeah. We'll also say 9th level modified memory lets you rewrite an entire creature's memory.
Exactly, yeah. Antoria could basically do what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Almost.
Yeah. It's almost like he's a Sorcerer King himself.
So she's concerned that Antoria didn't reach out and say he was safe, which feels like the kind of thing that, had a person survived ditching their party and been okay, would have sent it all clear.
Flip side, Antoria is pretty rude.
True.
He's one of those dudes.
He is a dirty
rude.
teen.
He is one of those people where you ask them an important question over text message, And then, like, 2 hours later, I'm like, I see you active on Facebook.
Not only that, I see that you've seen the message.
Yeah.
Because it's a little pop-up thing.
It is something.
No, seriously, what are these for? Spells.
Well, I hope that's not important later.
It is maybe worth mentioning because another arcanist would probably have noticed this. Occasionally, Antoria's been asked to do things that he's done in the past and has kind of reluctantly admitted he wasn't ready to do it at that time.
He prepares spells, so he may not have sending prepared.
Sure.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Cassia, Zor, what do you think about me messaging Antoria?
The Sorcerer Kings are capable of much. But Hamanu, from what I know of him and what I've heard, he's rather direct. And I think if he wanted to do something, he would do it. I don't think he would take control of someone or alter what they would do. I think if he didn't like Antoria, he would just kill Antoria.
I fully think that you're right, that Antoria would either be dead or the sending would reveal obvious holes. And I don't see any reason to think that Hamana would thrall or make it dangerous for me to send right now. So let's give that a go.
You black out again.
So I have 25 words. Yo!
What up, dog? How's it going?
Hello, Bo.
Have you heard this EP?
It's so
Here,
sick.
I'll play it for you.
It's hella lit.
Have you heard these sick beats?
Luckily, the entire Kraken
Snip.
days will fit in the message.
Yeah, it's
It's
perfect.
important.
There's not many lyrics.
All right, well that's it. That's all right.
I got interrupted by the peanut gallery.
That's enough for you to change your mind, right?
Yeah, no, it seems like a terrible idea.
Zespro, what is it you're sending?
Hello. The Moscow is here. Can I do WTF as one word?
I don't think they have text.
Okay.
Yeah. No emoji.
Shit.
What? What is your status? Should we escape? Any info you wish to share?
Okay, that was only 17.
And then there's a bunch of A's to fill it out.
Yeah.
It's just literally screaming for the entire rest of the message.
Yep.
Alright.
Classic Cassia.
That's really the most in-character thing I've ever done.
Antoria, you receive a
Yes,
message.
It does. And
Hold on. Yeah.
the line's open, you get the impression some thought is being put into the response.
And then it just stops.
There's just static. I hate the little...
Get what I gave Zor somewhere safe.
Wait.
Oh.
Somewhere safe.
Okay.
I will ask permission for you to come.
EOM?
In the message. And Antoria...
What do you say? What do you say?
He's going to ask permission for us to come. Clearly he's been captured by Hamanu. I don't understand why they would literally attack us and blow up half of a tower
Well,
trying to hit me.
If he's in a position to ask permission of Hamanu, clearly he's worked something out with Hamanu.
That's...
Yeah, like an I'll scratch your back, you blow up my city kind of deal.
Well, who knows?
Wait, no, that doesn't make any sense, actually. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
no, that's fair.
Now that I say it out loud, it doesn't actually come together all that well. What about the seed? That was the mission, like, get it
we
away,
need to
right?
get it somewhere safe, but if we die, nobody knows where the seed is.
So here's
Okay.
something.
Yes.
Tiberius also has the other Stone Ascending.
Yeah.
Antoria still has the Stone Ascending as far as we know.
Well, no, here, look. Here's an idea. You're going to be of far greater use to Antoria than I would be.
It's true.
Give me the seed and I'll take it to Tiberius. Here, hang on.
How far is Tiberius from here in terms of how fast a spaceship can fly?
Are you asking Casimir this?
I'm asking what buddy this.
And he pulls up sort of like a Google Maps flyover. You last saw Tiberius. So you're over here right now. And Tiberius was last seen over here. So it's maybe like a half day's journey or something like that.
By spaceship?
Yeah. Casimir kneels down in front of you. And pulls off his helmet.
Gross.
And he hands it to you. It's like, look. I'll die in a couple of days without that. I'm not going anywhere. I'm gonna fulfill this mission. I'll keep it safe. And then I'm gonna come back for all of you.
And more importantly, my helmet.
I promise.
Cassia gives him back the helmet and says,
Is that a no?
"That's
Chain him up.
I cast hold person.
no dominate."
Oh god,
It's
dominating.
Cassia.
Zoro
Yeah.
also speak up.
No,
Keep
no.
the helmet. If you're to take the siege, you need everything you have to protect it with your life.
We may not make it out of this.
You will.
Stay safe.
He gives you a big hug. But his mask is still off, so there's
Yeah,
like
there's-
thanacles
there's-
everywhere.
But okay, so
Whoa.
here's an important question: does he eat my brain?
He doesn't eat your
Okay.
brain.
So-
He would never do that.
Even though Casimir could probably somehow detect this, Zora's gonna telekinetic into you. What about the crown?
Can I telepathic back?
No.
Okay. So Cassia doesn't do anything different with, like, she doesn't offer up on that. She's like, take your helmet, be safe, meet up with Tiberius, and you can't do arcane magic, can you? We need to get the spell card as well. We need to.
Agreed. I mean, if one without the other is useless, from what I've heard.
Does Tiberius know the Veiled Alliance of Balak? What of it that
Oh,
there
thank
is left?
God, our saviors.
Arcane casters who aren't defilers, and I am
Wait.
running on fucking empty.
Are they casters? I was a little unclear on that point last time we met.
They were able to successfully imprison somebody in another dimension.
Oh, cool, car.
Yeah, they're.
I was gonna say Zora would offer up tier, but I don't think Zora ever
No.
dealt with
Cassie,
tier.
Cassie's had a very. There was a reason I
Yeah.
wanted to find the
Right.
people of this city.
I can read minds. I'll find a preserver worth trusting.
That's actually incredibly valuable. One more question before you go. Gil's mind control is very powerful. He's able to overwrite personalities and intent for, as far as I know, ever. Do you have any idea what we can do to guard ourselves against something like that?
It wasn't magic, and it wasn't psionics.
And
It
from
must-
there, I don't know.
From the description of life bending that we received from Neff, it sounded like something that he's just capable of doing, like breathing or his heart beating. If that's so, then it's something in the sound. It's something organic, something communicating with the basest of your being. If you can protect yourself from hearing what it is that he has to tell you, perhaps you can evade his control.
So Kate's plan that Cassia gave him of literally just like
Kate's got that
immediately blow out his
locked
eardrums. I'm waiting for that to happen, by the way. Cassia's back on that
That may
page.
happen in 20 minutes.
Zora's gonna give Casimir the Seed of Life and the spell card for it,
Yeah.
but he's gonna keep the crown,
Yeah.
not mention it.
Oh, sure. Little buddy brings the ship down to the ground. I'll be back. I promise.
Oh, wait, actually, no.
What?
You should take the ship because it's a faster way to travel.
No, I know. I'm letting you off the ship.
Yeah.
Cassia.
Even I
He gives
do
you
that,
another hug.
Zora, come on.
Ouch. Oh, shit. I'm getting dragged by everyone here.
Oh.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, I mean, we also haven't been told we're allowed in the city yet, so Cassia wants.
Oh yeah, so you've got some stuff to do. I guess.
And side note.
Yeah.
Cassia also expresses displeasure that she doesn't know how Antoria is going to tell her whether it's okay or not. She's just going to have to cast Sending in an hour or two, maybe.
Funny about that.
Yeah.
So has there been a flying bird flying around this whole area?
No.
Invisible?
Little Buddy's been doing a very good job of keeping it out of eyeshot of the army.
Okay, so there's no contact with that. Well then, Antoria will attempt to meet with Lord Hamanu again briefly to ask permission for his two friends to come.
By all means.
Does Antoria mention this to Kate?
No, that doesn't sound like something Antoria would do.
No. Unilateral decisions.
He's not mentioning it to him yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, not first. He's asking for permission first. And he explains, they fought against the Far Heralds for a considerable length of time. If this is the end, they should see it.
By all means. Where are they?
They will be on their way once they contact me again.
Spectacular.
Cassia doesn't have any spell slots left.
Do you let Casimir know that? Like, I imagine you'd probably, verbally, complain about this. Maybe, realizing it and being like, beans.
Oh, she was joking.
I saw spell slots. I have plenty of spell slots.
Okay.
That was a joke.
Oh, okay.
I have to burn higher level now. But it was like, he didn't say, I need another send, ask in 30 minutes. He didn't do,
That doesn't, again, not something Antoria would do.
Yeah, Antoria's... And actually, that's entirely...
He's totally a dick.
So one of the things...
He's a little distracted!
He comes by it honestly.
That's entirely in his character, so she's not worried that he's a thrall right now.
Of course.
Not as worried.
So Antoria will go and track down Kate after this.
Okay.
Kate, he would have probably accompanied you to
Zor is gonna heal himself.
That's a good idea.
Finally.
Two of the others are coming.
Viscera
Zor
trailing
and
behind
Cassia.
you.
Zor, I think, will understand what happened. Cassia, you're on your own. Good luck.
Yes,
Yep.
thank you.
Okay. Take a point of inspiration.
Yeah, that was fucking perfect.
I've been nothing but upfront about myself and my intentions from the very beginning.
That's the problem.
Someone who peeked out of the tent again.
No, that was his good friend Brendan.
Oh, I see.
Cassia, I assume that after a while you just sort of ping him again,
You didn't tell
so
how to recontact each other about that. Is it okay? If not, tell me when to ping you again.
Tell him about Casimir!
No.
Yeah, don't send that information over psionics when you're trying to hide it from a sorcerer game.
No, I explicitly don't say anything about it.
Casimir has the package.
He's yelling that in my ear while I'm sending, and it's just like,
listen.
He can't hear you.
Look.
He can't hear you in the message now.
We made it almost 2 hours in before hearing about Zor's package. Let's just leave it there and move on.
I'm sorry. Casimir has the goods.
No, okay.
That's...
so what message do you actually send?
I'm full of eggs. Zor's terrible.
Eggs.
That's my
Excellent.
So, you didn't tell us when to recontact you. Can we come? Zor, shut up. He can't hear you.
That was 25.
No, that's not.
One left?
No. I'm still under 20.
Oh, okay, sorry.
She's starting a...
Come on, please.
But that's the end. That's the end. Can we come?
We see Antoria stop, rolls his eyes a little bit almost right away. He holds up a hand one moment, concentrates. You apparently knew when to contact me. Yes, come on in. We have a lot to talk about. Oh, by the way, I'll save that for when you're here.
Alright, that's okay. Little buddy sets down the ship. Casimir gives out hugs. You guys leave the ship. The ship takes back off again with a little buddy and Casimir inside of it and heads out west.
And so Little Buddy also has been instructed, he's on pilot the ship, he's going there.
He's on board the ship.
Yes.
Yes. He's obeying you, although he sympathizes pretty deeply with what Casimir's been saying.
Yeah.
In the distance, you see the Urakari army.
They didn't tell us how to get through the Urakari army, just so we can come visit.
They dropped us off in front and not at the pass in the back?
I mean, the Yurikari
No.
army is everywhere.
We're at the. I assume we're at Oldburn at this point.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the must be
Oh,
walk.
I gotcha. I gotcha.
Yeah. So you're like in the wilderness, basically.
Yeah. Yeah, Antoria didn't exactly, like, give me the call word. Or
Let's just
anything.
go. We'll work it out.
I'm very persuasive. I literally am.
Yeah,
I've
you
got like
are.
20.
Should I do a survival or a nature check?
No.
Okay.
No, you guys.
Oh, I thought you wilderness. Okay.
Yeah, but
I
you
just heard
see
we
the
were-
city and the army.
I just heard we were in the wilderness. That's all I just left.
But before that, I said that you see the army.
Okay.
I run the
We're
other
playing Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh my god.
All right, you hit the trigger box next to the army. A
They
couple of
probably
guards
covered
rush
it.
up. What are you doing here?
We're here to serve Lord Himanu.
Very well, we accept you into our ranks. No, you're a giant bug. What are you talking about? Here to serve. Wait,
We've been
are you the
sent for.
entertainment?
Yes.
Excellent. We're getting things ready for the feast now. Come on in.
Okay. Pull out my loot. I
Zor just views you. All we have to do is tell him Valeria and Cade sent for us.
No, we don't. Cassia's.
You're escorted to
like
it.
tuning
You're
forward.
escorted to a small makeshift stage that they've set up in the middle of an area where they're like setting out like feast tables and stuff like that. You know, it's Yurikari, so there's not like a whole lot of decoration, but there's lots of it.
Yeah, no one's having.
There's a lot of like lion totems and heraldry and stuff like that.
Zor's practicing his flame dancing.
The water spirits are very disappointed with you.
Oh, sorry. Water dancing.
Yeah.
Gross.
Well, here you are. Do you need anything? I mean, you have your own string-a-ling.
Yes, my loot.
We'll have some gruel for you after the ceremony is done.
Wonderful. No, is Zor just dying there?
Yes.
Zor's welcome to speak up if he would like, but Cassia is
Zor was-
literally the farthest person from saying.
Cade, I think you've probably been like, you know, knowing that there is like a ceremony where the Far Heralds are going to be present, like scoping out the area
absolutely.
to make sure you know where the exits are. You spot the erstwhile Cassia and Zor.
Cable. I assume Antoria is still with them. He'll like.
There's nowhere else to go in this
Yeah.
place.
Yeah.
He'll nudge Antoria and be like, "Well, they at least made it past the guards. They seem uncertain of how to proceed. Maybe we should go help them."
Cassia's ready to just perform.
Yeah,
Fine.
Zor-
No, of course.
Zor's probably also
Do
doing
keep in
like
mind what I
dexterity and
said.
spinning his Gitka.
What, do you think she's going to attack me? That would be the last mistake she ever made, not by my hand.
This is going to go great.
attacks me.
Why don't I go over first, huh?
As you wish, Prince.
Oh, don't do that.
You can start bowing to him, and that'll just piss him every time off. That'll be great.
Yeah, Kate 100% did that.
Do the lion salute to him.
Antoria walks up to the stage.
Kate's like lingering.
The guards like stand immediately at attention, like,
20 feet
my lord.
back.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh.
It's already...
Their lord.
Yeah, I'm Hamaru. Oh no.
Wait, did we notice? So
No, like none of us. Oh, I noticed.
Yeah,
the
of course,
guards
yeah, of
immediately.
course.
Have I
Kate-
seen Kate?
Kate's like lingering. Like,
I asked him to stay
ways
back.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
You can spot him
Yeah,
though.
you
He's
probably
like 30 or
see
40
She
feet away.
glowers at him.
Just...
Okay.
Yeah.
Zor
It's a
just-
small glower.
I assume he's within
She's a
30
small-
feet.
But
at this- He's within 30 feet at this point, right?
He's right next to you.
Okay.
You just walked up.
Zor's just like, it's safe. That's all he sends.
To Antoria?
Yeah, to a Hamanu. It's safe.
I mean,
Oh,
it's
I-
progeny.
Just to
I thought, no, I thought, I didn't realize you were talking about the seed. I thought you just meant like this area.
you gotta walk down, Antoria. Don't worry.
He's not gonna say
Antoria,
anything.
pretend you're a performer.
That is all he says. That is all
No,
Zor
that's
says.
fine. That's
It's
fine.
safe.
That's fine.
Antoria nods once slowly, and then says, well, we got in. That's good. As you imagine, there's probably a lot we need to talk about.
Apparently.
The guards sort of like realize they're a little in over their depth and just sort of like,
Melt away.
yeah.
Antoria looks like he was considering ordering them, but couldn't quite get up the nerve. It's like, well, that's convenient.
This isn't going how I expected any of this to go.
What has happened? They're listening to you? What kind of deal did you work out with Hamanu?
Deal?
I mean, he's listening to you and you were able to parley with him to let us come in here?
I guess that's as good a place to start as any. Hi, I'm apparently Prince Antoria of Uruk. Nice to meet you again.
Cassia
You were sworn in as a
illness and flies away
Yeah.
to the boy.
Actually, Zora does just kind of cock his head. You were sworn in as a prince by Humanu? You really smooth things over with him.
I'm
That's what a 20
apparently
persuasion
his
does.
son.
What?
When I went to Uruk, you may remember I
You're
found
part of his
that
birth clutch?
Marcus is not surprised.
Never secret clutch again.
as monumentous as that is, put it aside as best you can for a moment, and I know that's asking a lot, believe me, I know. Look, Gilogress is here. I'm sure you saw that from the sky.
Yeah,
He's
why aren't
apparently
they
here to
fighting him?
He's
Yeah.
apparently here to surrender.
Is he controlling Humanu?
That's not how he works.
Hamano seems to think everything will go well, regardless of whether it's a trap or not.
Oh, a cocky sorcerer king. We've never met one of those before.
Well, that's part of why I
Go up to
invited the
say.
two of you here. Hamano also believes that Nibene... Wait, what
I'm
happened?
just getting some water.
Oh.
Wait, Rachel figured it out. I gotta get out of here.
Brittany just drops the Trask in the
Yeah.
middle.
Lord Hamanu believes that Nibene is the sorcerer king backing the Far Heralds and is waiting for Gil to give proof of it, which Gil rather conveniently and not at all suspiciously wants to wait until nightfall to reveal. I'm sure nothing at all is going to happen at nightfall.
So another cocky sorcerer. No, I'm teasing.
That's our immediate problem. Well, one of two. I'm going to have to do something that's not very easy for me, and I hope you'll join me and meet me a little way in the middle. I'm going to have to try explaining something people.
So just like, I don't get people.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
and Antoria's...
This is going to
without-
go so well.
Without even an insight check, Antoria's
my
radiating unease.
Oh my God.
Look.
This is the best way this could have gone.
I understand that you took Cade returning to Amanu's army rather personally. It was what he promised me the day we met. I knew it was going to happen. I knew it was going to happen from the first day.
Again, it was his first clutch, as far as I know.
Not the way he would probably put it, and he'd probably grimace a little if he were within hearing range, but accurate enough, yes. This is his first oath. We were his second. We knew that from the start. I'm sorry that that was never explained to you. It's an uncomfortable topic, even if you're not already someone who... you know how I am. Look, as far as I'm concerned, he did not betray us. I knew this day was going to come. And frankly, we will probably be fighting alongside him again in Looks at the Sky in about 20 minutes.
So it's clear he serves Humanu. What does he aim to do? What is his goal?
Well,
Yeah.
He came here.
he killed Aronis.
He did. Or rather, Valeria did, much to my surprise.
Think about all the XP she must have gotten.
She gained like 6 levels. Bars keep showing.
Kate, while you're waiting around, a guard walks up and says, "Message for you, my lord.
From whom?
It's your sister.
Go ahead.
She would like you to join her in her tent for a moment."
Very well. Tell her I'll be on my way.
Hustles off.
Oh, wait, and then he'll actually step up to the group. It's like,
Out of character, I laugh. In character,
Yeah.
like Cassia bristles as soon as Kate gets close.
let's say.
Wasn't quite finished here yet.
That's fine. I've been
Oh,
called
boy.
on by my sister. So
Your sister is here as well?
he'll look up at the sky, be like, if anything happens, I'll be on my way as soon as I can.
Something is almost certain to happen.
Hey.
Take your...
Cassia.
Where's Gil?
He'll gesture out towards some of the crowds. Like he's been taken prisoner. He'll be here for the feast.
You know what he can do to people's minds.
I do.
We've attempted to explain to Lord Hamanu.
Lord Hamanu knows.
There's-
I was in contact with Lord Hamanu when it was done to me.
There's a bit of commotion, by the way. It looks like they're starting to actually get ready for the event.
I don't know what's going to happen, but I don't think it's going to go well.
A couple of irritated-looking bards,
Yeah.
Oh, we're on the stage, aren't we?
Let's move on. We can be awkward anywhere.
I have to
they have drums and drums only.
Oh my god.
a percussive set.
How Uric?
Yeah, how you're Say, I was like, I must go attend to my sister. She does outrank me, but He'll look up again. I suspect I'll be joining you shortly.
Sure. I don't expect you to forgive him easily, given that you weren't aware of this, but it is who he is.
He jeopardized everything and did so much harm. Look at what he did to the city. You were here. You saw what it was like.
It would have happened whether he was here or not. Valeria did
But he helped.
And I agree that him going against our clutch was most unfortunate.
Hamani walks up.
Jesus Christ.
Yes.
No, that's...
Oh!
Nice.
Are these the ones you spoke of?
Yes.
Introduce me to it.
I was about to. Sorry, it's been a bit of a day. Cassia?
Sorry, Dad.
You'll get the hang of it.
Of course. Cassia, Lord Hamanu, Lion of Uruk, Lord of the Mountain and the Plain. Zor.
Oh my god.
Hey, he's got an into 20. He's not going to make a mistake like that. Lord Hamanu, Lion of Uruk, Lord of the Mountain and the Plain.
You have traveled a great deal with my son. Tremendous adventures all across the tablelands and beyond. Even to the skies above, as I understand it.
It is so, Lord Hamanu.
You don't seem particularly happy to see me.
If I'm...
I've met several sorcerer kings, my lord. It's not always gone well.
No, I don't imagine it has. Hopefully this will rank in the higher end of the spectrum. Come, we are enjoying a final repast with our guests, and then executing them, such that the world may be safe, thanks to the effort of those such as you.
I will not be sad to see Gil go.
Nor I.
The sooner the better.
He retires. Cade, you arrive at Valeria's tent.
Cade will fold his arms so that he's got his hand inside his cloak and he'll step inside.
She's in her ornamental set of armor, which
Cade
is...
doesn't own that.
Of course not, no. You're,
He'll look like to either side of the door and stuff.
I can't blame you for that.
You have had me assassinated in the past.
And I called you here to apologize.
To what end, Valaria?
I just... Look, it's never been about you and me. It's about the house. Okay, it was a little bit about you and me. But it was business. Alright, it was a little bit personal. Look, I'm not accustomed to apologizing.
This is going well.
For my first apology ever, I'd say it's going...
Swimmingly.
It's going alright.
Antoria and Valeria went to the same charm school.
Yeah, I was going to
That's what I'm
say,
getting from
clearly
this.
not also a paladin. Like, she does not have charisma. That's her great stat. So,
I just... didn't want our last interaction to not have some degree of resolution to it.
What do you mean our last interaction?
Give me a perception.
Okay, look behind him again.
Gilogress is standing there.
That's
Yeah.
if I don't need to roll.
No.
Cade,
Hey.
Cade is going to reach into his
Stop. I keep doing that, but you've got a mask in there somewhere. Could I get a handle on that?
Valaria, what are you doing?
You can give me a charisma save to try and whittle your way out of
Natural
this.
20 didn't cut it before.
Anyone want to give me inspiration on this?
Sure, you can have
I'm out of inspiration.
I mean, granted, a natural 20 didn't work
That's
before,
true.
but I
Good
will...
point.
Well, alright, then, yeah, if we agree, then I won't do it.
Yeah. So no?
No, yeah,
That's
it
fine.
didn't work before.
Natural 1. How's that?
Gilogress is here.
Yeah.
You hand him the Mask of the Dread King. Yeah, that's the thing. Thanks. Yeah.
Valaria.
Valaria steps to his side, and Lore, who previously had just sort of been wearing a skirt and some like leg wrappings, but is now wearing like a very, very old style of breastplate is standing behind him.
A fighting plate.
As is Zerk. Like I said.
Valara, you're my sister.
And that's why I wanted to say I'm sorry.
I
Goodbye,
love you.
kid. Yeah.
Goodbye.
She turns away. And Gil's like, man. That's something. You stay here, Cade.
Release me.
No. No, I'm the one giving the orders around here. Why don't you just sit tight and keep quiet?
He sits immediately.
Basically, yeah.
At least he didn't have you stand the whole time.
And the four of them walk
pretty
off
kind.
to the feast area. Where there are seats for each of you. There's the finest gruel.
Oh,
There's
so we're digging
wine.
in.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
This is primo gruel.
The best
There's some meat at your table.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Cassia decided not to say something before Kate left, but she's going to talk about it after, which is, there's no way Gilogress can ever be a prisoner, because he can just say, hey, let me walk away, and then he gets to. He's here and he's turning people.
I know.
We can't let him talk. Do you have silence? Do you have some way of eliminating the sound? I have a ritual
Maybe.
for it, but I don't have the
Maybe
time.
on a single individual's basis, but not anything that would cover an entire camp.
Do we have a way of deafening ourselves?
Actually,
Like, I could just literally
Yes.
lecture my eardrums.
no, I can do that quite easily. Actually,
Unnecessary. Hamano is, of course, sitting right
Oh,
next to
yeah.
you. I have made certain that whatever scant power he has does not work on me.
It's not magic.
I'm well aware of its limitations. I am relatively certain that regardless of what damage he may be able to do to the guards, my lieutenants, my generals, damage which he has not inflicted yet,
Have you kept in touch with them?
of course. I'm Hamanu. I wouldn't just let him wander around.
Do you not care for your clutch?
The clutch exists for my will alone.
Tori looked slightly uneasy at Zora for a moment.
Anyway, all that is to say, he is going to try and spring something. Whatever it is that he summons, whichever sponsor it is, I believe it is Nibene.
I
I'm
believe it's someone else.
open to being surprised.
He took our orbs.
Wait, what?
Yes.
Hi.
Oh, by the
We
way,
haven't exactly gotten a chance to talk very much.
Some
I was gone for an hour.
some pale individual with shadow creatures took
Wait.
everything from us
Hale,
on the ship.
did he?
But the orbs only.
One question: does he actually sparkle like in real games?
Oh, of course, yeah.
Did he?
Zerk, Far
He
Herald
hurt
of
my
Shadow.
eyes as well, just to look upon him.
Far Herald. Zerk from Nibene.
Yes, he
Oh,
did
well,
call
there you
himself
go.
Zerk.
How did he even?
He would have been here with the army.
Yes.
Valaria has him under thrall.
And he attacked them and took 2 orbs of Khalid Ma.
I can't speak to that, but Lalalipai has one of them, so...
Something strange about this. I don't know what. Was anything else taken?
The Spear of the Dread King, but that may have been by accident.
Yeah. Antoria doesn't seem nearly as concerned about that one.
Fine, good. More information. Whatever it is that they intend to spring on us, we shall meet it in kind and defeat them together.
Why let them spring it?
Because I want to know who they're working for. I can't figure it out on my own, so I'm simply going to let them finish this. I'm Hamanu. There is nothing on this world that they can spring on me, that they would be able to call forth from the depths, that I cannot face.
He is
Gruel.
quite powerful, as the
Cassia,
tables tell.
in her head, is listing off the things that could kill Hamanu.
Trask.
The Dust Kraken itself.
Dust Kraken.
But they don't have the Crown of Dust Kraken control. So that is...
Here we go. And sure enough, the guards are leading out. The Far Heralds, the three of them. You guys notice that Lore is wearing the strange breastplate.
Was he in that before?
No.
No, that, but why let them be armored?
Lord Hamanu, we thank you for having us here today. We're here to surrender ourselves to your might and your power. And we are, of course, going to deliver unto you the high one, the one that has led us to this path, this journey of ours. We thank you for the repast. It was very good gruel. It was some of the finest gruel in the land. Let me just... He turns to Zerk, who opens up one of the sacks. I think you still are, like, struggling. You can give me another save.
Inspiration this time?
Yeah. I feel like a dork if you roll a natural 20 and it still doesn't work. No, 2 17s also makes me feel like a dork.
23.
So Wyvern Slayer donates $5.
Kate accepts. Not really the time, but...
So you've been straining against this with every bit of your will.
Yeah.
And it's been, a few minutes, and there's not been any, like, gradual relief to it, but after a time, all at once, it's just like... and you're in control of yourself once again.
Kate's gonna take off in the direction that they ran.
Straight south, right back to Draj. Got it.
Yeah. As he's running, he's gonna pull... He whittled down 2 slivers earlier, he's gonna punch out his eardrums.
Yeah!
Holy shit! I would like to, like... I know he doesn't know what
Of course.
but he literally was planning this while they were in Damascus.
That's super metal.
Cassia literally suggested this ages ago.
Yeah, there was a Cassia was like, maybe it's sound, and Kate was like, huh. And he just like whittled down some sticks.
Please take a point of inspiration.
As your death.
Some images?
Gil draws forth the spear of the Dread King and hands it to Lore. Lore, who of course you'll remember looked so exhausted, looked so drained when you met him in Thamasku, and looks now just like...
Oh boy.
And accepts, in the other hand, the mask. And with some help from Zerk, just sort of grabbing his forearm. Cade, you round the corner basically just as...
Kate will come rounding the corner, just blood streaming out. He'll yell, Antoria!
Guards next to you are like...
Ho!
Lore collapses. And so too do the pieces of the finished set of the Dread King. The spear collapses. The mask that Marvin so craved for so long collapses. And the ancient breastplate found in the depths collapse. And from...
secured that one.
No. But someone did. And from out of each of these pieces, these little sparks of light, these little motes, these little soul fragments whirl together and combine.
Counterspell, Antoria.
And then just as they seem to coalesce, they vanish. And there's a moment of silence as Hamanu is like staring at it and like piecing together. Like, what exactly is going on here? And then just as he sits up and begins to open his mouth, there is a tear in the fabric of reality as a portal opens. And within this portal, you can see a vision of a city, a great underground labyrinth of these ancient stone buildings, of these ancient halfling architecture with a new building on top of it. deep within some sort of a recessed cavern. And crawling from out of that massive cavern is a dragon. Some of you have met the dragon before, and this is, if anything, a more impossibly horrifying sight, as it has no musculature and no tendons and no skin. This is a lich that is also a dragon. It is a skeletal nightmare to behold, and it heaves itself up such that its torso is sticking up out of the portal, and its massive torn wings just sort of flap as the Urukari guests and soldiers begin to backpedal. And Dragoth, the Dread King, reborn as an undead lich, screams into the air. And Hamanu sits back a little and goes,
Oops.
Antoria kind of glances a little in his direction. Doesn't say anything at all.
and with a scream, both Sorcerer Kings harvest energy from the ground around them and immediately begin throwing spells back and forth. There's just an enormous eruption of energy between the two of them as they begin to just destroy everything between them. As they
Zor dives out of the way.
of course,
Yes,
gone.
okay.
just grabs a couple of dinner rolls and just tucks out of there.
Oh look, a sorcerer king got too fucking confident.
Kane is gonna run directly towards Gil.
Zor just telepathically sends everyone, let's get Gil. Now's
Yeah.
our chance.
Cassia's gonna try and kill Gil.
Sure.
Uh,
So Gil and Zerk are basically directly underneath where this battle is happening, and they are actually like backpedaling from where they're at towards the portal. And those of you that are like converging on Gil see a couple of these shadow beasts again sort of swirl to life. These same shadow beasts that you fought in the streets of Nibene, rushing to intercept.
Time
Yes.
for actions?
Yeah, absolutely.
Alright, and Antoria will start casting. He's going to try and hide it, but he starts casting.
Are you scared of someone realizing that you're a wizard?
No, not really.
He's scared of being counterspelled.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah. He will cast Blindness Deafness at a, well, Cade's bleeding like
Yeah, Cade's
profusely
bleeding from the ears.
Yeah.
And he's probably out of my. I don't know where I am.
Yeah, I think you're probably like 50 feet away or something like that.
Alright. He will try hiding, but he's casting it at 4th level. Gets a 26 on the hidey check.
Okay.
He attempts to deafen Zor, Cassia, and himself.
Okay.
He chooses to fail the saving throw himself.
Okay.
You guys can make a DC 18 con save to...
You can each give me a...
Well, do we know you
You-
hit it?
again.
So
You can get...
He did mention he was planning on... He had a way of
yeah,
doing
Cassia
this.
knows what you're up to.
Yeah. That's...
She'll take it.
If I may, you can make an Arcana check to realize what it is that he's doing.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I need to because otherwise I
me
wouldn't
too,
know.
yeah.
4.
Some vile sorcery is taking a hold of you.
He's a witch!
What's the save again?
18 con.
Okay, I'm probably gonna fail. But
If only you were under Grace's
I
body.
get an 18 exactly.
Can I use Force of Will to give a reroll?
Yes.
Alright. You hear Antoria shout in your mind, "Stop that!" you now have the option to reroll with advantage, or you could just fail it this
Yeah.
I
time.
will just fail it this time.
That is, in fact, a power that Antoria has.
That's
Okay.
hilarious.
I will fail.
Yep.
Cade will Misty Step to Gil if he can.
Okay. How far does that let you go?
30.
30, so he'll take his 20 moves.
He's 60... Okay. He's 60 feet away from you. So how far can you get?
Okay, here's what I'll do.
Yeah.
I'll full move.
Yes, that works.
So I'll double move, and at the end of it, I'll Misty Step behind, like between him and the portal.
Okay, that makes sense.
And then off of my charge, I can use a push action because of Charger to try to shove
Okay.
him away from the portal.
Sure, sure.
So that'll be an attack roll.
Mhm.
Be good. That is a 18.
18. That is plenty good enough to hit.
So it's a 10-foot push. I shove it
Okay.
basically out, away from the portal, out of all the, like the shadow beasts and stuff, and towards the party.
Yeah. No, he gets shoved and just trips and falls to the ground, basically.
How close is he?
Basically,
I mean, he's not used to scrapping.
Yeah, not at all, not at all.
How close is he to us now?
If he's been pushed 10 feet, he's 40 feet away from you.
40 feet. Okay.
Yeah. Why doesn't everyone give me an initiative roll? I'll go
Yeah.
just to figure out what order you guys are in. So Antoria did a thing.
Yeah, Antoria, then Cade.
And then Cade.
19.
Okay.
I'm exhausted.
15.
Okay, so we'll just say Cassia next, then Zor.
Okay.
Then I sort of FMV'd you guys so enemies can go at the end.
Okay.
Yeah. We were busy diving out of the way, tucking bread rolls
there
in
was
our
like a
mouth.
thing. It was
Eat and gruel, eat and gruel.
Cassia just throws dinner rolls at
Cassia.
Cassia is going to jump up towards them and try and catch Gil and the other Far Heralds and
Yep.
such. With
There's just
them.
the one other. There's Zerk now.
Zerk. Do I know Zerk at all?
No.
Like, I've literally never seen
Yeah,
him
you
before.
didn't even see the attack.
I was unconscious when he.
No, yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
so I literally have no idea.
Well,
what
he's
doing.
sparkly.
He's sparkly and
Yeah.
he's with the jerk. So I'm gonna go ahead.
He's
and
very
do-
shadow themed. He's got very, very like hot topic kind of outfit.
Yeah. She's going to strum a very sour note on her lute and do destructive wave.
Yep.
So let me get a lot of dice and tell you types. Does damage type matter between radiant and thunder?
No.
Okay.
Wait. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, someone tells me Zerk's not a fan of the radiant.
Nope.
Can I borrow a d6 from somebody? Oh, okay. I'll take the not traitors
Fair
to
enough.
die. That's my man.
What are you talking about? Zor betrayed you guys forever ago.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's just
I
really
wasn't
bad
there
at
for
that.
Was I?
No, he's kidding.
Just
No.
keep doing what you're doing, please.
Okay.
Zor's
So the radiant damage is going to be 10, 25.
Uh-huh.
And then the thunder damage is not as high. Let's go with that's 10.
Hello.
19 thunder.
Good deal. He staggers and falls to a knee. He does not look terribly happy about what's going on around him right now. Zor.
So what is the layout? Like, so Cade's here, he knocked Gil to the ground.
Yep.
Zerk is kind of, I guess, a little
Around
bit ahead.
there,
Probably
yeah.
around there.
And how much room is between them and the portal?
There's like 20 feet between them and the portal, which has a giant like dragon,
Yeah.
Dracolich sticking
I'm
out of
gonna
it.
catch
Spine's like literally
Maelstrom
brushing
Okay.
Cade's head.
right there in the center of the portal. And what it does is it's difficult terrain, and if anyone's still inside of it, it attempts to pull them towards the center of the Maelstrom.
Okay,
So it might prevent them from leaving, but might not.
sure.
I guess the only person that would be in the Maelstrom right now might be Zerk and the dragon.
What level is that?
Level 5.
Does it work on friendlies?
Yes,
Okay.
it does.
Good.
Okay. You sense a arcane force snuffing the life out of the spell that you're casting.
I leave my Mage Slayer react to hit him with my war pick.
Is this something Antoria can detect happening? Like a spell?
There's a lot of chaos going on around. I'll let you try and detect it, but you'll have disadvantage.
Okay, arcane check, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I go through with my Mage Slayer react?
How far away do you need to be?
Melee range, but I assume I'm appeared right beside him and Gil, right? I assume
Yeah,
I'm in
but
melee.
it's not either of those people.
Oh, okay.
17 on the arcane check.
Okay.
I'm not gonna use a melee attack on the Dread King. Lich
That's a
terrain.
wise decision.
No, Marcus lost one weapon to a.
God, Marcus is gonna wake up to so much.
Yeah.
Like,
So we got a lot to catch you up on,
Oh my god.
but you don't care. So
He's not surprised by any of it.
Yeah.
goodness gracious. Yes, you spot Valaria on the other side of the
Dick
portal.
bag.
Points and
Countering.
begins casting a counterspell of his own.
Yep, that's fair.
What level was she casting her counterspell at?
Not high enough.
Oh, yeah.
Just third.
Oh, just third.
Yep.
With barely even a trace of anything other than contempt, Antoria will use a third level counter spell to auto counter it. And his shield recharges.
Maelstrom will go off. Check real quick.
How long are we down?
1 minute, you can choose to make the saving throw at the start of your turn. but-
Perfect. Oh, that's the most wonderful spell in the world.
Good. I'll make
So
my saving
it's
throw.
on the start of any creature's turn. That's when they take the damage, and that's when they need to make their save to see
Okay.
if they get pulled towards the center or not.
Okay, well, Gil's gonna take his turn right now.
Okay, so it is a DC 18 strength save. They seem pretty strong.
Fail. Gil? No.
He is the
He's a
worst.
tiny, tiny boy.
He's going to be a tiny, tiny corpse soon. That's my dream.
So that's 20 bludgeoning damage, and he's kept towards the center of it, which I guess would only be like 5 feet from him or wherever.
Okay.
So you're shoving him straight in the middle of the Sorcerer King's battle too, aren't you?
Yeah.
That's
I guess
phenomenal.
this would also hit Dredge King if he's a giant dragon.
Yes.
He's in the
He'll
middle.
definitely get hit by it, but he's got a lot of hit points, so we're not gonna
Yeah.
worry about him right now.
I mostly just like that you put him in the line of fire.
Yeah.
Like,
But
Gil can take
so
quite a lot
wait,
of damage.
where is it in relation to the portal?
So, portal's like here. I'm
Uh-huh.
trying to put it like as like far outside the portal as I can, but still
To
on
pull
the
him
edge.
away from the portal?
Yes,
Okay.
on the edge of the portal.
Got it.
So it's also difficult terrain, so they'll move slower when they're trying to move through.
Okay, then he tumbles through the air towards the vortex of this bidness.
Yeah.
Cool. Hamanu leaps up from his table and like advances, like he's still slinging spells back and forth. Dragoth is like trading both spells and like breath weapon and stuff like that. And Hamanu reaches to draw a sword that isn't there, but as he pulls his hand out, the form of a longsword takes form. It is a golden version of the longsword form of Shivram. Basically, the exact same model, just golden
Yeah.
textured.
Does it talk to you?
This is real late game, so don't bother making any model.
Excuse me. I was going for a thing. But he's basically using that to like augment his attacks and like knock spells out of the air with it. I think Zerk jumps up and like dives through the portal.
Can I take an opportunity? of
You
attack
can
instead?
absolutely do that.
Please, God.
It's difficult terrain, right? Because of the maelstrom?
It is.
It is, yeah.
Okay, he's still had enough
He's
movement.
still pretty close, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's.
How's a 19 do for that?
Oh, you know what? He would have had to have saved at the start of his turn.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
And he also has to stand up.
He didn't get knocked down. That was
okay,
Gil.
yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
sorry.
Gil got knocked down.
Yeah. What do I need to save against?
DC 18 strength save.
Okay, that's a 1. So
He's pulled back to the
he
center.
like, well,
And he takes damage.
yeah, he does.
15.
What is it that's hitting him here?
18. It's a swirling vortex of water. So it's a maelstrom.
Describe for me your killing blow.
yes!
It just beats him, and then his arm gets ripped off, and then the leg, and then the rest
Oh.
of his torso. And
Oh
then,
no! Oh, I need that. Oh,
Yeah.
damn. Oh,
And
This
then the
is-
rest of his parts are just kind of swirling.
yeah. Now there's just
Oh,
like bits
God.
of him.
It's like a giant washing machine, and it's so gross now.
Oh,
All
God.
the clothes are ruined.
Oh, that's
It's
very
a little
good.
red now. Or I
Yeah.
guess sparkly now. It's a little sparkly now.
There's sparkles everywhere. It's all through the
Glitter.
whirlwind.
Yeah.
Antoria.
How close are Valaria and Gil abreast?
Valaria is 60 feet away. Gil is like 25.
Okay.
I'm gonna miss his albums.
Alright, Antoria's been pointing at Valaria from the moment he saw her casting a spell. He hasn't stopped. Then he does stop. He kind of grins. He dances a little jig in place and then gestures to Valaria.
Ah, yes!
Is she immune to charm? Or undead?
She's immune to undead.
She's not immune to undead. She is not immune to charm.
Well, let's read what Otto's irresistible dance does.
Yes!
It sounds irresistible. Could you explain how it's irresistible?
This is my favorite.
Choose one creature that you can see within range. The target begins a comic dance in place, shuffling, tapping its feet, and capering for the duration. Creatures that can't be charmed or immune. Sorry, Valeria. A dancing creature must use all of its movement to dance without leaving its space and has disadvantage on dex saves and attack rolls.
We've all been there.
While the target is affected by the spell, other creatures have advantage on attack rolls against it. As an action, a dancing creature makes a wisdom save to regain control of themselves. On a successful save, the spell ends, but there is no save until you spend an action for it.
Okay. Well, we'll put her next.
Okay.
I don't like this. This is the opposite of what I wanted to do today.
Of course, it should make her really easy to spot, too.
So she gets to use an action to try and save?
Yes, it will require an action. DC 18.
It's another one.
I'm okay with us.
Dance the night away. Until that disintegrate spell goes through your non-existent state.
She looks like Elaine from Seinfeld, where like
Oh my
she's
God.
never danced in her life. And she's just like,
Yeah, kick your head back. And throw your
Oh,
thumbs
Cade,
out.
you're up.
I'm
Your
in the
sister's dancing.
I'm in the maelstrom, unfortunately.
That's true.
You're good at strength saves.
Yeah.
Not that good at strength
Oh.
saves.
DC 18.
18's pretty high
Yeah.
for only I fail.
Yeah, you're gonna take the damages.
That's fine.
Pull to the center. 10, 12. Yeah, that was not a good roll for that.
Oh, right, that's K. We don't want to kill K.
24 damage, bludgeoning damage. She has magical bludgeoning though. So you can,
That's fine. Okay. 24, you said?
yeah.
Okay, so Cade tumbles towards Gil, which is where he was going anyway.
Yeah, you basically land on top of him.
He's just gonna like post up on one knee, and he's gonna try to grab Gil by the hair and cut his head off.
Yes!
Just like an attack roll, I assume. Does a 27 hit?
Yes.
I'm gonna smite him just to be sure. Does damage type matter on old Gil?
No. No, just give it to me. Just
that is
just
28.
fuck him up. Yeah. Describe that.
Yeah,
That-
Caleb sit up. And he's like bloody and like just looks really tired and worn out. And he's just like ah. Those huck the head behind him and stand up.
It.
Yeah.
Hits you in the back of the head.
From out of the throat of the last of the Lifebenders, crawl some like little like tentacled horrors that were apparently like part of his esophagus. Like,
You should kill them!
I'm gonna use my other attack to hit one of them.
yeah, that's a good idea.
So
It's like that Diablo zombie type where when you kill it, it's just like worms.
Yeah.
Gilogress is full of worms. Is what's going on here.
Are these actual targets? Do I need to roll? Or just like
I think you can just say that you're spending your action to demolish them and just like
yeah. Okay, yeah, he'll just like
Yeah.
he'll just touch the body,
Yeah.
stomp on the head and throat area,
cool.
and then just like start stumbling out of the maelstrom. And that's my turn.
Cool. Cassia.
What are my targets?
Hamanu.
Okay.
Cade.
Okay.
Valaria is dancing.
I mean, yeah.
Dragoth? I guess, I don't know if you know that that's Dragoth, but there's a big,
She pieced it together when
The
all
mask-
of Dragoth's
the
artifacts
mask
came
and the
together,
spear and
and then
the-
a thing appeared.
Yeah.
So I have a question. Two
Yes.
questions. First, do I see the bag of holding and the handy haversack?
Yes.
My second question is: this is a Terran extra-dimensional space.
Yes.
And
No, so this is not like a portal to another world. This is a
Okay.
gate to somewhere else on your world.
Okay, so crossing the streams won't work
I don't know about that.
because I want to try that.
What is it that you want to do?
I want to throw a handy haversack or a bag of holding into the portal
Okay.
because there's things about the.
Give me an Arcana check.
Yeah.
You will, of course, have advantage on it.
Oh yes, I love advantage.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, and then I'm gonna
Still
throw
pretty
12
good.
at it
Oh,
because I want to know everything.
there you go.
So that's going to be a 16 plus 12, 30.
So this is
Oh, no, there you go.
more akin to like teleporting it somewhere than like putting it in a demiplane.
So I won't be able to.
You wouldn't cause like an extra dimensional
To
explosion.
do that, you have to shove a bag into a bag.
Or bag into a hole. No, does bag into bag do it?
I mean, they're both extra dimensional spaces.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna use.
So they're on the ground close to the portal. Because like Zerk had them and he dropped them.
Mage hand.
I would almost say they're probably swirling around.
Yeah, that's fair. They're probably swirling around the
It'd be
maelstrom.
Probably kind of hard to.
Yeah, Mage Hand.
Not to take
Mage
away.
Hand
No,
won't
that's
be able
fair.
to-
That's absolutely
Mage
fair.
Hand won't be able to do it, and it would require a die roll.
Yeah.
I want to mage hand one of them out of the maelstrom towards the base.
Mage hand is like
Mage Hand literally can't do something if it requires a die roll.
Mage
It
Hand
just
is also
can't. It's
5
too slow and
It's
weighty.
5 pounds of
It's
force.
a cantrip,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, but the bags should be heavy.
The weight's not the problem; it's the maelstrom. That's
I mean, the
problem.
haversack is almost certainly heavier than that,
Okay.
just based on itself. Like it's yeah.
Yeah, the maelstrom's probably the big deal, though.
Yeah.
Oh, and I can't even shout to Kay, "Hey, Kay, do this thing."
I mean, you could.
Good.
well, we can't hear each other.
Can't.
No, of course not.
Like,
But
all that.
it'd be pretty good.
Yeah.
By the way, you could make the save. Gil's dead now.
Oh yeah, am I allowed to make the save yet on deafness?
You can make it the start of every turn.
Oh, sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you can do it.
Now that I've seen Gil fucking dead, I'm
Yeah.
gonna save and I'm no longer deaf.
Kate's like, wow, he did not even get to do the thing. It's like, this hurt really bad.
By the way, side note, Cassia's delighted.
It's okay. Cade's life is pain. This is not any different.
so good. I'm trying to think of a good way of dealing with a cosmic horror level opponent using the tools I have available. If I can't
No, that's
get the
fair. That's
bags,
Why don't I expedite things? Because
Yes.
we're getting close to the end.
yeah.
Dragoth is like... He takes like a moment out of this cosmic duel that he's having with the Lion of Yuruk, and he sees that the minions that served him have been extinguished like ants, and that there is an inexplicable hurricane in front of him. And really, he knows what it is that he came here for. And one of his massive claws darts out and wraps around Hamanu. And Hamanu looks over at you, Antoria, eyes wide, filled with something you never thought you'd see in the line of your visage. Fear. And just like that, he pulls him back, disappearing into the portal.
Attacks of opportunity? No, I'm just kidding.
As the golden sword Kal goes flying through the air and landing in the sand. And the gate closes as the ancient city under the Silt Sea disappears.
Zor kills the maelstrom.
Still at the end.
There's still lots of... So those of you that can hear things hear like lots of screaming as the Urukari army tries to figure out like what's going on here. And the High Templar is just sort of like...
Oh, that's not going to go well for anyone.
Zor saves. He's no longer dead.
Can I take an action?
Of course, no, we're out of initiative order. You guys can do whatever.
Yeah.
Are you just going to straight up murder her?
Cade's just he's gonna take off sprinting towards Valaria. He's gonna try to run past Call, grab it, and then cut her in half, basically.
There's a look in her eyes of understanding
Yeah.
that she gambled and lost.
It's like Kill Bill.
Please don't.
Oh,
Cade will just stand there looking incredibly exhausted and bloody and dirty.
Zor
Zor's,
kind of taps his.
Zor's
head
gonna
a
walk
little
up to
bit,
Cade, pat him on the
and
back,
recovers from deafness.
and then cast Regenerate on you.
Thank you, Zark. Klutz.
Your ears will heal up. You did well.
Did you? Did any of us?
We stopped Gil at least.
Gil is dead. That's one threat down.
not a bigger one.
There's a greater threat on the horizon, but
At least someone that can control us directly is gone.
I mean, yeah.
Cade will pick up Call and be like, I suppose this is yours. I mean, you're not a warrior, Just saying. Just pointing that out.
For the record, Antoria is qualified to dual class as fighter. Clasps it. Looks at it for a moment.
A few of the braver Yurikari gather up. They're just sort of like looking around at the feast grounds, like. And they turn to Antoria and say, "My lord."
Antoria turns to Cade and casts a message hiding it.
You don't have to hide it.
Yeah,
You're literally
sure.
their god now.
Habits.
That's how you're supposed to cast down.
22. He asks by the message spell, which allows a response. Do you know how to lead an army?
I do, trained since birth.
Antoria, trying his very best to actually sound like someone with authority, looks at Cade and says, "What house are you a member of?" No, not saying that.
Your house.
Sorry, I haven't needed to know this ever before.
Ulano.
Lord Templar Cade of House Ulano.
Cade of Ulano, I promote you to High Templar.
My lord.
Get this army back in order.
Understood.
And we'll pick up there next week, I think.
Yes.
Good game.
Oh man.
Man, remember when Cade poked both of his eardrums out?
Sweet.
I was really in the Moscow. I was expecting us to encounter Gil again, and my hope was that he would punch his eardrums out, and then it would just work on him anyway. He's sitting there, mad and bleeding. Like, really?
I thought you were gonna hope like he punched your eardrums out, he said something, and you just stab him.
I mean, that was
the plan.
That was the plan. But it'd be way cooler if it just worked anyway. He just mutilated himself for no reason.
Oh my goodness. Very, very good. Oh, what an excellent time. Okay. Good game, friends. We'll see you again next week for more of this final season of our Dark Sun adventure.
By fault.
Sometime soon we'll have a Lobos Jr. again. We'll catch him up on
Lord Antoria.
some Lord Antoria business. What a good time. Join us on Thursday for more Eldritch Horror, I think. That'll be a fun time. Thank you all so much for the subs and the donations and following along with us. See you next time. Have a great night.
Bye. Bye, stream.
Whoop, whoop.